Big up, guys. Big up, guys. Welcome to the stream. Buzz ain't done one for a little while, to be honest, so I thought I'd get one out. Yeah, I suppose it's fairly contentious subject of these young rookie managers, as they're so called. But I thought I'd want to try and talk about all this and go into it a little bit. Also, heads up, guys, that I might need to leave in a bit because I've got a shopping delivery coming very soon, so I might have to deal with that. So I will be back, obviously, to do this, but I will need to sort that out in a minute when I get here. But I've got a couple of guests to bring on. I will get to them very soon. I've got a comment here from Steph. Be up to you, Stephanie Griffith. Of course, Man United fan. I hope you're well, my friend. And be up, Steve. I don't see a picture of 100% Carrick. Well, yeah, I know I didn't put it on here, but Carrick is on there, by the way. I've got him in here. He's sort of kind of a rookie still, isn't he? When you think about it, really. But yeah, so he is here. He is on here, Steph. So we will be going and talking about him. Don't worry. But yeah, I'd get my guests on and then we can get into chatting about all this, really. My first guest is Chelsea fan, believe it or not. So one of these young managers, he will have a big interest in talking about. Well, I think we know who. But, I'll bring him on now. And this is Wolfie, of course. He's got his own channel, as we all know. Wolfang. Be up to you, buddy. Hope you're well.
Big up, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, cool, man. Cool.
Yeah.
How you doing? All right?
Yeah, not bad, man. Just wish the weather was a little bit better. It's a bit drizzly and crap out, as you may have noticed.
It's not great, is it? No, man.
How you?
Shit, man. But yeah, so we're going to get into this very soon, bro. And I've got another guest though. I'll bring him on, and he's an Arsenal fan. So there is another one we can talk about here. I think a so-called. I think he is a rookie, pretty much still. Still hasn't won a lot, has he? Let's be honest. What is it? A couple of dinner plates and an FA Cup. But we'll get into him in a little while. But I'm going to bring Warren on because he's a big Arsenal fan.
Hey, Warren. Long time.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, be up, Warren. Hope you're well, buddy.
Nice to see you, buddy. You all right?
Yeah, cool.
Good to see you, Warren.
You're an Arsenal fan, Warren. But
not bad.
I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm a lapsed Arsenal fan.
Yeah. You're more a Celtic fan now at the moment. Yeah.
I'm sick of it, mate. It's all bullshit, all of it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Warren's never been Arteta in. He's never been Arteta in.
No, I haven't.
No.
I think it was one day where I was thinking, yeah, maybe this guy can do it. But no, this is bullshit. I'm sorry, but it is, Steve.
It still remains to be seen, isn't it? I don't think he's going to win nothing. I think he's going to.
No, I don't. I'm telling you now, he's aiming to be Arsenal's longest service manager.
Sure.
Is that your shopping arriving, Steve?
It might be, mate. I'll have a look in a minute.
I can hear this beep noise.
That might be out my window because I've got the garage behind me. Hang on, tell me if it goes away.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing now.
Yeah.
There's definitely nothing else, but that could have been mine, as you say. But it's
just
definitely
sounded
not.
like a van reversing.
Yeah, it's the tow truck around the corner. It's back into the garage. Can you hear it again? It might be me. Sorry.
Yeah, man, no worries. It's cool. I thought it was for me for a minute, but never mind. I will, it will be very soon. Mine coming, my shopping lot coming soon. So, I'm big up to you, Kev, as well. Kevin here. Afternoon, lads. Yeah, big up to you, brother. Hope you're well. Yeah, Sunderland fan. Are you enjoying life with them at the moment?
No, yeah, you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Champions League next season, maybe.
Yeah, what about old shitbags, old Shaka the other day, getting up to that shit again with the crowd, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's a good player though. I don't know why Arsenal got rid of him so soon, to be honest, because he went off to Bayer Leverkusen and he absolutely killed it for them and won another league title. So,
he only played one good season when he was at Arsenal.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, he was dog shit. To be honest with you, mate, I was in the back of him. Yeah. All that carry on with giving the finger to the fans and whatnot. No, he would have been out the door. If I was managing that team, he would have been out the door in the minute.
That was 90s.
He wouldn't have been back in the club the next morning. His feet would have touched the ground, mate. I would have kicked him right out the stadium.
Oh, the crowd would have had him back in the day. If that was Highbury, the crowd would have had him. They're just so close to the pitch that you wouldn't be able to get away from him.
No, I would have smacked him, mate. I could have done. I would have done a cannonar on him.
That would have been a new one of those wonderful mysteries, wouldn't it? Like, where did that mysterious slap for Granit Xhaka come from?
You imagine getting away with that with Brian Clough? Brian Clough would have decked him, mate. I'm telling you.
None of that, son. None of that in my club, son.
Remember he smacked that fan? Do you remember that? When he walloped that fan when he come?
Brian Clough walloped about 3 or 4 fans. And they gave him a kiss afterwards. Could you believe that?
Yeah, I know.
Brilliant. Look, absolutely.
I'm sorry, young man. I'll give you a smack and then I'll give you a smacker. No, but
Brian Clough, you don't mind
he was brilliant. He was brilliant, mate. Oh, he's fucking one of the best, man. One off, that guy. Absolute one off.
Yeah.
Never be another. Unfortunately.
Do you remember it, Wolfie?
So I remember Brian Clough. Well, I'm not old enough to remember the seasons and all that, but I have to say, if he's probably my favourite, or I suppose if you get to know about him and you find out about his character and the fact that he's probably the only English manager that can legitimately say he built 2 clubs from scratch, being Derby County and Nottingham Forest. You know what I mean? Not many people over the 10 or 15 years that he had as much success. I know he had the Leeds thing, but really that was kind of like the Antichrist, wasn't it? Really, that was like Wenger going to manage Man United. That was just like, what the blue crap was that? But you know,
liked him, did they? Them players, none of them liked him. There,
well, it's not the fact that he didn't like him. It's just the thing is, like, even Brian Clough said himself after he got the sack from Leeds, he said that I made mistakes when I first went in there. I made enemies of the players. I tried to change too much too quickly, and that's probably where he adopted his style for Forest, being a bit more easygoing and getting Mr. Peter Taylor back there with him. That helped, obviously, because that was the other half of them. They were like their own little dynamic duo. They were. Oh, hello, Steph.
Yeah. Of course, United fan she is. So
yeah, of course.
We are talking about our manager. So
where's Fuzzy? Has anyone seen Hot Fuzz recently? I ain't seen Fuzzy in a bit.
Who?
No.
Another Man United fan. That's me.
Oh, right. Okay. No,
right. I ain't seen that.
I don't think so, United fans. I don't tend to get on very well with the Wolfie.
Well, you're an Arsenal fan. That's not really a surprise, is it?
Ain't got time for him, have you, Warren? Ain't got much time for him, mate. Have you?
I like wondering why Man United fans and Liverpool fans don't get along. This is kind of like her.
Anyway, lads, we're going to get into this, right? And the first one, I'm going to go from youngest to oldest here, which is we're sort of classing these as still rookies, and they're still like late early 30s. And late to sort of towards middle, late 40s, I suppose you could say. Some of these. And this is the youngest, of course, and that's Fabian Hertzler, Brighton manager, 32 years old. He's had a mixed time, do you think, there at Brighton? Very young guy, of course, used to be a player. I think he started at Bayern Munich and whatever, played there and everything. So he was obviously a very young player, still look 30 odd. I mean, you know, most players are still playing at that age, you know. I think he had a bad injury or something. I'm going to bring this up in a minute. And so I just got the things here, articles, so I can bring them up. I mean, what do you lads think of him as a manager? Do you think he's doing a good job? What do you think about him, Wolfie?
No, I'm going to let Warren speak here out of respect.
Okay, yeah, Warren. Then.
Obviously, I like Warren. So,
no, get rid of him.
No, get rid of him. You don't like him.
He should be managing in the Bundesliga 2, or he should be managing in like League 1 or League 2. How the hell has he managed to get him parachuted himself in to Brighton? What experience has he got? This is where I get really angry about it, because this is absolute nonsense. The only reason that Brighton have appointed this fella, and it's the same with all these clowns that we're going to be talking about today, is so that the board can control them. And they're not going to get trouble. None of these clubs would have gone and appointed. Ask yourself this question. Why are they appointing him over someone like the guy at Atletico Madrid?
Diogo Simeone, you mean?
Yeah. I'll tell you why. Because they wouldn't be able to control him. He'd go in demanding this and that, and he would be a handful. And they want an easy life.
Well, they're a selling machine, aren't they, Brighton?
They're more interested in getting the money through the door at the club shops and their retail outlets than they are in winning trophies.
Merchandising, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all it is about. They all want the next Arteta, and it's bullshit, mate. All of it.
It's a business, isn't it, for them? Fucking business at the end of the day.
You know what it is, Warren?
But like if you don't win trophy, you win a trophy, you don't get money taken off you. You get given money.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So there's all this bullshit. Oh, it's a business. You know, they've got to think about that. No, go and win trophies. People will start coming through the turnstiles. People will start buying the merchandise if you're successful and winning trophies. If you don't, they won't come. Simple as that. And this is just complete and utter bullshit.
Mm.
Well, can I chime in on that?
Yeah, go on, man.
Do you think that that's one of the reasons why Glasner's walking from Palace? Because when you look at the team he had 2 seasons ago, he had Elise, he had Eze, he had Mateta, he had Guy, he had all those players. And slowly but surely over the next couple of seasons, they've all been taken away. Even Mateta wants out there now. And that's probably why he's walking, because I'm not being funny. Like, can you imagine, say, by this time next season, how the Crystal Palace squad's going to look? And how many times have we all seen in the Premier League where these managers like bring up these teams that have decent, smaller teams, but sooner or later they all just get stripped mine, like Southampton, for example, by Liverpool, and they eventually went down. You can see the same thing happening now with Wolves, because Man City have done the same thing with them. They've got shopping there a couple of. Okay, I'm not going to deny it. We got Pedro Neto from them, but it seems to be the way. Whenever these little clubs they show a bit of bite, they always get their squads raided.
Yeah, as well, mate.
But the thing is, when you look at Palace, they're one of the few teams out at the top, the bigger teams, if you like, the Newcastles, that have actually won something, and they're still getting rid of all their players. So I understand what Warren means about it's you want every club should want to win, because obviously that's what you hear in football to watch. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone wants to see their club win trophies, but nowadays it's more in the business model than the football club models. Like, you don't have football clubs, you have football franchises, and that's kind of what annoys a lot of old school fans. That's what annoys the Mr. B's, that annoys me, that annoys Warren, that the fact of like. But the problem is because of the way the rules in football have changed. Because when you look at these clubs and these managers, the reason why they want yes men is because like we had a thing back in the day in England called the top 4, and the powers that be kind of like looked at that system where, like, you know, it was Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, and then everybody else in whatever order. They kind of thought, hang on a minute, how do we put a monkey wrench in these works? Because we're sick and tired of the big clubs just dominating, so they put financial restrictions in there. You know what I mean? Which even hurts some of the smaller clubs, because obviously how many clubs have we heard over the last couple of years that have been points deducted because they didn't get PSR whatever else have you. So yeah, I fully agree with Warren there, like in the sense of even we've done it with Liam Rossoneri. You know what I mean? Like this guy was 11 with Strasbourg. Like what possible right did he have to become Chelsea? Then again, I'm going to say the same thing about Mescalero. Enzo Mescalero. We got this guy from the Championship.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if he just won a league title with Leicester in the Championship. Really, the Premier League's a completely different kettle of fish. So it's just kind of like when did any of the big clubs go through their managers in the Championship?
Exactly. The thing is, at the end of the day, it's like any profession. When you're going to recruit someone, they should have a job description and person spec. That person spec, right, should have on it ability to handle pressure, ability to communicate, track record of winning trophies, right? The reason these clubs keep getting their assets stripped off them is because the top clubs are the ones with the history of winning. So Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? There's like 5 or 6, 7 clubs in English football who will be consistently at the top end of the table. And there's a reason for it. These smaller clubs, right, and no disrespect, Steve, but the likes of Brentford and Brighton and all them, the next level clubs, right? They have got to find some way to compete with that, right? And they're not going to do it by recruiting these rookie managers, the likes of Arteta. That's why Arteta's not won anything since he's been at Arsenal, because he hasn't got the experience of doing it.
No, true.
And he never will, right? You need to go out and get people who've got a proven track record of winning. That's why the likes of Carlo Ancelotti end up at Real Madrid. Right? And for a while, he hasn't done it for a while, but Simeone upset the apple cart in Spain because he started winning trophies. Right? But he's got the experience of knowing how to go in and win trophies, big trophies, right? Get into European Cup finals, stuff like this, right? These managers, none of them have got anything on their CV. So why does anyone think that they're suddenly going to start winning? Because it ain't going to happen, because they don't know they haven't got the experience at the very top level of winning trophies. Brian Clough took Nottingham Forest from near the bottom of the old second division, like tier 2 of English football.
Yeah.
He took them up. They won. They got promoted out of that league and straight into the old first division. First season he was there, he won the first division title. Unheard of.
Yeah, I know. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
But because he had the good people around him and he knew how to win. Right? None of these people have got a track record of winning. And like what Wolfie just said about this, like the Chelsea manager and that other fella, what is on their CV that makes these clubs think that they're going to start bringing in trophies? That's why I think it's all bullshit, because I don't think they're interested in winning trophies. They're interested in the merchandise. They're interested in the balance sheets. That's what it's about. And that's why I don't watch Premier League football anymore, because it's just bullshit. The whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's bollocks, Steve. I'm not
interested. I'm inclined to agree. I am inclined to agree there, Warren. It ain't the best, is it? I mean,
it isn't. And
it's gone to pot, mate, to be honest, after what it's been for so many years. I'm telling you now,
no English club is going to win the Champions League this season. They're not. Like, they
No.
might win the Europa League, they might win the conference, but they ain't not winning the top tournament. They're not going to win the World Cup either if it gets played in America, which is looking a bit doubtful. But it's not going to happen.
I heard the World Cup's going to be in Venezuela.
Possibly, they could. Wolfie, the thing is, they could take all the games that are going to be played in America, in the United States. They could move it to South America without problem. They have got the stadiums. Every country in South America has got like at least two or three massive stadiums. It wouldn't be a problem, I don't think.
Maracana's in South America, man. The holy next to Wembley.
Bombonera in Argentina, the River Plate Stadium in Argentina.
You know the sad part is. You know with places like the Maracana, right? And this is the thing, right? If you're like us and you heard the Maracana, you're thinking names like Pele and all that. But you ask a lot of that youngsters nowadays what the Maracana is, and they don't know.
They ain't got a clue, mate.
Yeah.
They really don't know that. Don't you know about the legendary Maracana? Who did he play for?
They don't do their homework, man. They're not. They wouldn't Google it or nothing.
The thing with the modern age of football is everyone's focused in England only, and I think that's the problem. Another problem as well, to be honest. In football, somehow in the modern incarnation has become somehow more restricted. I mean, you look at the amount of times, right, nowadays in Premier League games, you see players swipe at the ball or miss kick it or boot someone they're not supposed to, or like they just make silly mistakes that they never used to make. You know what I mean? I remember Gary Neville once saying on I think the overlap or something, if you gave a pass away, it was a crime. Jesus Christ. These guys do like 9 misplaced passes a game. You know, I
agree with everything Gary Neville says, but I think he's a bit of a little
no. He's a bit of a knob, but at the end of the day, long story short, even a broken clock's right twice a day. So like it's one of those ones for me. It's a bit kind of, it's just the way the game is, lads. You know what I mean? It's not about the cook, because this is how I see it, right? And this is the problem with football in general. When it used to be in the 90s or British football, if you want to call it that, right, up until the 90s when it became corporate football and followed the models of, like, say, Serie A, because you got all the, like, obviously all the sports science involved and all that, and the Wengers and the Fergusons transformed the league. It stopped being about what we would call the people's money. That's why if you go to Spain, you'll still find a lot of the clubs are owned by the fans of whatever areas they live in. And that's half the reason why, for example, if you look at derbies, say like, I don't know, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, even Arsenal, Chelsea, Fulham used to be a lot harder contested rivalry than it is now. You wouldn't think, when you think about all that, the rivalries that are around, like, is the hate between Arsenal and Man United what it used to be? Probably not. The Liverpool hate Man United as much as they used to? Probably not. It's because, like, when you get like the people, like, look at what another great one. So we were talking about Brian Clough a minute ago. There's a certain Liverpool manager that had his players standing, I think, in front of Liverpool Town Hall, telling about it was such a privilege to play for the people of the town. Anyone want to guess who the manager was?
Shankly.
Oh, there you go. Of course, Warren will know. Big Shanks. He said, obviously, when you went to play in front of the crowd was a privilege, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the difference as well, you know what I mean? Like, even like you said about Forest as well, John McGovern, I remember listening to an interview with him when he was talking about modern footballers, and he was talking about when you're standing in a stadium at home and you got 30,000 people chanting your team's name, and it used to make the hairs on the back of his neck stand up. And then when he asked the youngsters nowadays, what do you think about it? And they're like, we don't really pay attention to it. And it's just like, why don't you pay attention to it? What are you in the game for then? You know what I mean? Like, it's become more a profession, yes, but it's lost its heart. It's become corporate football, not the traditional, as I said, like, these are football franchises now, not football clubs. Like, nowadays, there's more emphasis on the players being athletes than there are football ability. oh, great. They used to run 10K, now they can run 13, but they can't kick a ball straight. Literally, some of them literally can't kick a ball straight.
The thing is, Wolfie, as well, when you got people like Ben White coming out and saying he's not interested in watching football, that tells you all you need to know. Because my argument with him would be, if I was Arsenal manager, I would go in. The first thing I'd do would be get him into a room and have a meeting with him and say, "Look, what's all this nonsense about you not wanting to watch football?" And he'd go, "Well, it doesn't interest me." And I'd say to him, "Well, how do you expect to improve if you're not going to watch clips of old players, particularly those who play in your position? How are you going to improve yourself?" And he'd say, "Well, I don't think I need to improve." I go, "Right, you're not playing for this club again." Out the door. He'll be on the transfer list straight away. Because that tells me, that attitude tells me he's not interested in developing as a player. And I don't want players at my club who are not interested in improving. Because I don't think he is. I just think he's there. He sees it as a job. He doesn't see it as like most football players when I were growing up, they were doing it for the love of sport. It wasn't. They didn't see it as a job. Yes, it paid.
They got money out of it
compared with the rest of us, but
they did it because most of them enjoyed it, playing it, didn't they?
Because they did it.
You had to love it to be in it. That was the point.
The club they were playing for in some cases.
You get a lot of money for kicking the fucking ball around, didn't they? Let's be honest.
Because of the fact that it was something they loved doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To earn all that fucking money for kicking the ball around, I fucking wouldn't mind that, I'll tell you.
Well, the thing is, that goes on to what Warren was saying about all these younger managers and what conversation we're having. Because at the end of the day, right, I think another thing which is a bit, and I think maybe the only way it can be put is the balls has gone out of English football a little bit.
Yeah.
In the sense of, back in the day, we used to do everything we could to win. We used to do everything we could to push our teams and make them stronger. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, when you look at maybe Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, whatever, we spend money, but we don't spend it on actually what we need.
Yeah.
We I remember when Chelsea sold Kai Havertz to Arsenal, and forget it. Forget the sense of maybe it'd been Kai Havertz, but it was one of those ones where why did we actually sign a guy we didn't need?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For another one for us would have been I don't know, what would have been a good one, like the Detro Fofanas and all that kind of we bought 3 or 4 youngsters that we know we're never going to play, we're just going to flip. You know what I mean? We'll buy 1 or 2 of them for 16 million, and then 2 seasons later they go out the door for 30. But ultimately, doing what they've done for the club, other than being a financial statistic.
I reckon they do it. They buy players they don't need. They do it for 2 reasons: 1, to stop another club getting them, and 2, more likely, it's because it's a shiny new thing. You know what kids are like? If they get a new toy, they'll play with the new toy, and the others will just get left by the side. And that's what it is with footballers as well. The shiny new thing, the merch, there'll be people coming in buying the new home shirt because it's got the new player's number and name on the back and all this carry on. It's all about the balance sheet and the merch, mate.
What the thing is
now, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it on here as well, right? Within 10 years, there'll be a different shirt, home shirt, or there'll be different shirts for every time a team plays a game. So
it almost is now. It almost is now.
Right?
Yeah.
There'll be one home kit. Next week, when they play away at Everton, it'll be the away kit. Then the next week, when they play Man United at home, it'll be a different shirt to what they wore against Chelsea at home. Right? Slight little alteration. And just so that can keep getting money off people.
Yeah.
I want the shirt they wore against Man United. I want the shirt they had when they played Chelsea. Like, because there will be people that will go in and they'll pay £100.
The families do it for their kids. The kids,
mate, I'm telling you,
boys and girls, right? They're buying it for them, paying out all this, spunking out all this fucking money, and then they're putting out these new fucking shirts every time. And
£100 for a football shirt. That's embarrassing, man. I remember when football shirts used to be like £50 and you used to get like all the badges and your printed name on the back of it and everything.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, man.
It's fucking expensive, extortionate, lads, isn't it? Buy these kits nowadays.
When I was a kid, we didn't have bloody names on backs of shirts and fucking badges on shirts or anything like that. It was just the shirt and that was it. And it was the same shirt. We had the same shirt when I was a kid.
Hey, Warren, you know what I miss from back in the day?
It was.
You know what I miss from back in the day in terms of kit? Who remembers the old padded goalkeeper jumpers?
Yes.
Like for an example, I remember like the one that David Seaman, was it the black JVC one, and it had the long sleeve as well, and he used to wear that in goal, and he had the pads down the elbow. I mean, that was a beautiful kit. That was.
Yeah.
It's just. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It is about. That's why I said.
Get the retro, didn't you? Everyone will get the retro kits because. I still had some. I think I still had because I did sort of support Arsenal for a little while. I was a bit stupid back in the day, like what was it, 80s or whatever. I had like the bruised banana one and all that, all that sort of one, all them sort of kits, and they were lovely. The proper badge and everything,
Oh, I missed the golden
blue. The old Brentford ones. I had the old Brentford. Kits where even they had a proper badge as well at one stage. Ain't that now? They fucking, as Warren says, they're like toy badges nowadays on these shirts.
Yeah, but just to give my appraisal of the Brighton manager, yeah, I agree with Warren. He's a bit of a flip signing, considering, I'm not being funny, like they got Welbeck.
Back in the subject to last anyway. So
because they've only got they got a Tony and Welbeck left out of that squad. Maybe if you want to include, who else out of that good Brighton team still left? Because there ain't many of them left. They sold a few of them.
They got Gross back. He came back.
He's decent. Wolfie.
Pardon?
The Oriental lad who plays up front.
Yeah,
believer as well.
Yeah, I like him, man. He's quality. He reminds me of Kyogo.
Yeah, Mitoma. And you got who's that other one we were after from Celtic?
Maeda.
Maeda, that's it. What about him? Because I rated him and we didn't go for him in the end. I don't know why that. I know we was interested in getting him, that Maeda, and I don't know what happened, but eventually it all fizzled out or something. So,
let's stay on topics.
Yeah, all right, Warren. You can say that, man. You seem going on about other shit, mate. And
I came back to the subject. But the thing is, with Brighton, you got to feel they're on the way down. You got to think with Brighton on the way down, because I'm not being funny. I know they've had a reputation for selling and keeping the machine going, but your luck's got to change at some point. And I'm not being funny. But big teams like I don't know. How many teams have I seen sell all their players? And just look at Wolves. That's the best example I can bring of everyone. You sell everyone continuously. Eventually, you're going to pay for it. So
they sell all their best players. Bournemouth, they still fucking come back well and get new players in, and somehow fucking beat. Who's it they beat the other day? 3-2. Liverpool.
That will not last. 3-2. Steve, that will not last. They can't keep selling their best players and not suffer for it.
Every team I've seen
struggle, mate.
Every team I've seen that have sold all their best players, the Wolves. I even remember when Wigan came up back in the day with Paul Jewell, with Henri Cameron, and them lot, when they got stripped of all their players, and then all of a sudden they went down. Southampton, Leicester, that's another great example as well. They won the league, and Kante, the Drinkwaters. you know, they all slowly left. I think the only one that stayed was Vardy, but even he wasn't enough because he just got old. So, you know what I mean? Like, it can happen to anybody, man. It really can.
Oh,
I
definitely.
think the reason look at Man United, right? Look at Man United right now. I know they've got the gas of beating Arsenal, and Spurs as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, regardless of the players they've signed, these guys were at were near the bottom half, particularly Spurs. Actually, they're almost in a relegation battle when I think about it.
Yeah.
What, they like 9 points from the drop zone? Because they've had a diabolical season. They've picked up from last season, really. They've carried on in the Ange Postecoglou way, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of
sorry, lads, I've got to sort my shopping out. Do you want to talk between yourselves here? Between yourselves,
yeah.
Go ahead, mate.
I won't be long, guys. All right, I won't be long.
No worries. But yeah, I agree with you because all these youngster managers nowadays, I think you're right. I think most of, even with Chelsea, you know, they're all just flip men. Really, they're just there, keep the machine ticking, keep it going. Not really rock the boat. Because look at Enzo Maresca. Like, you know, I mean, he was another one of these young and up and coming coaches, and a day and what was it? No, not even it was the same day when we beat Everton a few weeks back. He's sitting there saying, after we've beaten Everton, it was one of the toughest 48 hours he'd ever had as in charge of Chelsea. And I was like, hang on a minute. You know what I mean? Arguing with the medical staff, you know, arguing with the other employees of the board. There's no, what's the expression? There's no harmony in clubs anymore.
See, the thing is, mate, that whole thing with him, as soon as he spoke out, he was gone. Like, he did that press conference or something, or he spoke out and it was televised when he said, "I'm the manager." Do you know what I mean? That comment he made about being a manager, not a coach. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said that. And as soon as he said that, and then Amorim said something similar, and they were both gone. Because I found it bizarre, because I actually liked Maresca. I thought he was a decent manager. And he'd done it where he'd been before as well. You know, and Amorim was starting to turn it round at United. They were starting to improve. And they just sacked him. And I thought, what are you doing? Why are you getting rid of him when the things are improving? I just didn't understand it. It made no sense. But it was because I think he spoke out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't agree with this business. Like, I think that football these days is all about fads. And it goes through it has these fashions and trends that they like to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And they all seem to want to follow. It seems to me like they think that there's this blueprint that Arsenal stumbled on with Arteta. But the problem is it hasn't won Arsenal anything. Well, it's won one FA Cup and that's it. But probably they're looking at it and thinking, well, are the trophies that important? Well, to fans it is, right? But the balance sheet, if you look at the balance sheet, I'd say that Arsenal are probably in a very healthy position, right? But, I mean, because if you look at it, the League Cup, like the revenue you get from the winning the League Cup, I don't think it's even £1 million. The FA Cup is not much more. You only get real big money if you win the Champions League and the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's why they don't prioritise winning trophies, because it's not a big revenue stream for them. They're more interested in the TV revenue and like extracting as much money as they possibly can.
Well, that's the real reason why they expanded the Champions League and the Europa League, didn't they? And they added like 32 million teams to each one because they wanted more TV money from it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's not good, is it, really? Because it's not sustainable. Do you know what I mean? It really isn't. I mean, you know, these football franchises, as you called them, Foxy, and I agree with you, mate. Wolfie, sorry.
That's right. You can call me Foxy. I'm not joking.
Did someone just mute me then? Somebody muted me.
I'm not ringing up or doing a call. You're not doing a calling show, and I pretending to be Chelsea flirting with you.
No, I'm kidding.
You remember that
anyway,
woman who rang up and she was flirting with you, and she was pretending that she was a fucking chief exec from Chelsea or some.
Oh dear, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Spurs.
Fucking nuts.
Who was that then?
Donna.
Oh right. Huh.
Don't worry. Fake account. Fake account.
It was nuts. Like, this woman, she came on his channel and started pretending that she was this and she was that, and then she started flirting with Wolfie, and Wolfie had to shut it down. I felt sorry for him because he was really
he's got
bad.
missus, Wolfie, isn't it? He's got missus, so how about his missus, man? You can make your missus. I bet she was jealous, wouldn't she? Bet she had something to say.
My missus wouldn't get jealous. She ain't that kind of person. You know what I mean? The only people that get jealous are people that are insecure, and my missus ain't insecure, just like I'm not. I don't get jealous, and I'm not insecure. So, and she gets in bed with me, and I get in bed with her. That's it. End of story, really.
Yeah, man. We don't want to know more about that, mate. This is an early one, an early stream.
No. I wasn't looking to get into explicit detail. I just needed a summary, you know. Like,
all them details, man. What you get up to with your wife, mate.
Let me sum it up. Have you ever heard of Samba beat?
Anyway, lads, what are we going to say? Before we move on, what's this guy going to do? Do you think he's got any chance of doing it? He's been there since 2024, so 3 years, I think.
No, 2022.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, was it?
I'll tell you what. I'll give them at least. I'll give them, if they're not going to decline it by the end of this season, I think they will by next, because I think Stephanie alluded to it earlier. They've got a lot of older players like Dunk and Welbeck and whatever else, and sooner or later that quality will fade out. And I think Warren might be right there. I think the cycle might be up for them. Bye. Time to get relegated. Someone else like Sunderland will take their place or something.
Oh, really? I think they're batting above their weight still. I think they're doing all right. They got into Europe, didn't they, as well? I'm sure they got into Europe for a while.
Yeah, but the thing is, how much? Europe can be great, right, for someone like a Brighton, because it gets your name out there. But the downside of it is, when you look at Brighton, Fulham, whatever, their squads are small. Like, in terms of actual senior players, they've got loads of youngsters to fill out the numbers, but their squads are small. So when you look at that, and when you think about Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, we struggle when we're in 4 competitions. So imagine how a Brighton will do when they're in, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Europa League or Europa League Conference.
Yeah, and you got massive squads. You got the fucking big squads, man.
Yeah, but they don't. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Sure. And this is why Brighton's and them find it hard, because I've seen teams going to Europe, and it's actually, even though it's got them a bit of money in, say, in the boardroom, it's been detrimental to the team because it literally just overworks. You know what I mean? It's not easy when you got to play 3 games, let's say 3 games in 10 days. You know what I mean? And some players, particularly when you look at the fitness of players nowadays, how brittle are these footballers compared to how they used to be?
Yeah, fucking hell, mate.
You know what I mean? They run down the pitch, and then they twist their ankle, and then they're out for 6 months, and it's just like, what the hell? You know what I mean? You look at players like, say, looking at my team as an example, when you had players like Makalele, Essien, Lampard, these guys were barely fit. And then you look at nowadays and you got people like Romeo Lavia, who's played for my club for 2 years and has barely made 10 starts.
Yeah,
so, you know what I mean? It's a completely different beast nowadays. But yeah, I don't think Fabian or Brighton will last too much longer, to be honest, in the Premier League.
Yeah, possibly not. I still think they're doing quite well, though. I think they're not that bad a team. I mean, you still get players like Welbeck still smashing them in. You got Belieber. You got who's the other one? Is it Minter? Is another one?
Minte, yeah, Minte.
Minter, yeah.
Miteh.
Yeah. Yeah, you got some dirt Mitoma, as Warren said earlier, and all that. You know, they've got some, still good players there. You know,
good scouting network. Like you look at the players that they've released or not released. I mean, they've sold on, right? Ferguson, the fella at Chelsea, Caicedo, Trossard,
Cucurella. Cucurella was at Brighton before we bought him as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, feeding club for Chelsea, aren't they? Really?
If you could name that too, you could make 11 out of the players that they've sold on. That team would be probably challenging up the top end of the table.
Well, this is what I meant about Palace. Look at their team. Their team's been stripped over the last 2 years. They've lost at least Eze.
Who else has gone now?
Mateta wants out now. Yeah, Guy, Mark Guy, yeah. And now Mateta wants out. And for 35 million or 40 million or whatever the asking price was.
I don't rate him, man. I don't rate him, brother. I say I don't rate him too much up with Mateta, you know. I don't at all, you know. I don't think he's that great.
I think the manager there is fairly decent. The problem
is this competition of young managers, because he's a young manager as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fairly decent. He's done fairly well, but he's not been backed, and he's spoken out. So that is why he's going to be out the door. I don't think they'll sack him, but his contract's not going to get renewed, and he'll be gone.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he said he's leaving, isn't he? So
yeah,
shame.
Anyway, we're going to move on.
Though, when he came in, he did come in with a reputation for being a bit of a hothead. Do you know what I mean? He had this reputation. If things started going wrong, he'd start kicking off, and that's what's happening.
Well, like I said, his team's been stripped.
Yeah, I've got one here for Wolfie now. So come on, Simon. Let's see you talk about this young man. Is it? How do you pronounce his name? I always thought it's Rosinia, but it's not, is it?
Rosinia. It's almost like it's Italian. You gotta say it like a Rosinia.
Because we knew his dad. His dad used to be to do with Brentford and everything. He's a player manager.
He used to be with Hull, didn't he? This guy.
Yeah.
So, what can I do? Well, what can I say? We go back to what Warren just said about top end clubs trying to get Tesco range managers.
They fucking beat us with him, didn't they? They fucking beat us. Fucking hell, man.
The thing is, with you, Steve, when it comes to talking about your club is the same, is the same sort of thing as well, in the terms of you guys just lost Mwambu and Wissa, but you got Igor instead for Yago, and he seems to be doing the business for you. Not the fucking player. He's, you know what I mean? Is he still top goal scorer behind Haaland?
He done fuck all lately though. He's fucking lost the fucking Dyche's team the other day. That fucking done my head.
Forest, they'll play with loads of guts under Dyche. That's not a bad thing.
I fucking went to that game. I fucking threw my ticket away, man. I threw it back. I just fucking walked out the fucking stadium. I couldn't do it anymore, man. Fucking annoying me. That was.
Did you feel like jumping off the flyover because you got that flyover next to your ground? I've been past your ground a few times. I've actually been next. My missus went past your ground yesterday, actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What the Hounslow? We're a bus stop in Hounslow, they keep telling us, isn't it? That's who we are. A bus stop in Hounslow. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but isn't it near the east end of the ground? You've got the flyover that goes onto the motorway, though. So I can't remember what side of the stadium it's on. But every time a missus goes past
each corner of the ground, which can't be sniffed at.
Well, no. You need it sometimes. You need it fucking, drown your sorrows at the end of the fucking game. Lately, I have to. Because they ain't good, man. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about them. I'm not talking about them now at the moment, Brentford. Let's go into this young man first.
Well, I was just about to start. Another disappointment. Okay, just for me personally, another disappointing appointment. Yes, he's 41, but when you look at what he was doing with Strasbourg, he hardly transformed them. They were like 11th. Again, not a manager with a huge reputation. And the thing is with us, I don't mind him. He seems to say all the right things. Like in terms of like professionalism and do the basics and this and that. But like Warren said, and it's kind of like instilled into the club, you have to have a winning mentality. Now, as far as I know, the only game he's lost has been that cup game against Arsenal, which isn't really a big deal because he started players like Guy and Joshua Akapong and all them lot. So, but I think he's won the remaining 5 games. So far, so good for him. Do I believe he'll be any different to any of the other Chelsea managers? Do I think he'll be different to a Potter or a Lampard? Probably not. Because one thing about it is, even when you look at Enzo Mascarella, who's also not a relatively young coach himself, who we just sacked, he had credit in the bank of we won 2 trophies last season, even though technically I only count one of them. Yeah. And that's the Europa League Conference, believe it or not the World Club Championship that all the other Chelsea fans did for some strange reason. But yeah, in terms of Liam himself, I think he's going to need a lot of luck to keep this job. And the reason why I say he's going to need a lot of luck is because even if he does semi all right this season, he's going to have what I call the Eddie Howe syndrome. Whatever he does this season, he has to do better next. Yeah. And that's normally what gets these Chelsea managers, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Look at Enzo. Like, he had virtually a repeat of this season, what he did last, in terms of, we're doing a right play until December, then we lose about 3 or 4 games, and then we drop out of a lot of things. Yeah. So, do I believe that Liam is the guy to take us forward? Probably not. But he does have enough about him where he can stabilize the club and maybe keep us top 6. Because to be honest, with our club right now, I don't think we have the quality in squad to really compete for top 4.
And that shouldn't be the case, is it? Or what you fucking bought there. You got a shopping list with that Rody Bodie goes out with a shopping list and says, I'll have him, I'll buy him.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you look at Bodie, though, he doesn't go, I love him with world-class players. He does that with wonder kids. And this is why we consider Chelsea kind of like Diddy FC or Epstein Island FC, because literally we are literally peddling children. Yeah. And it's not even a joke. We are peddling children. It's kind of crazy. But, because when you think about Abramovich Chelsea, you used to think of buying the best of the best, trying to win all the trophies you can. I mean, look at what City did this season, right? They signed Mark Guéhi for 20 mil. They signed Durarama for 25. And who competed with them for these signatures? Nobody. No. These are supposedly world-class players up for grabs for like dirt cheap. And no one competed to get them. No one.
Liverpool were linked with him, weren't they? Liverpool were linked with Guéhi, I think.
Yeah, but they tried to buy him for but the thing is, that's my point, Steve. If you look at it, they tried to buy him for 35 in the summer. He's just gone to City for 20.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but he knows he's going to better. So-called better team. Well, they should be. I think they're still a great team, City. I think they declined a bit more, under Pep. I think this could be his last season. Do you reckon? Pep's last season with City?
Because he hasn't got no De Bruyne or anyone like that.
No.
He's lost a lot of good core players like De Bruyne and I think, and another reason why I think he's a bit screwed is Rodri. Right, when he got World Player of the Year before he got that horrific injury, like I don't think Rodri's the same player anymore that we all saw when he was an animal charging up, kind of like the Man City version of Bruno Guimaraes. He was a bit of a bully, he was a bit of a meathead, but he had the ability to get round and command the pitch. And but back to Liam. I'll be surprised, to be honest, if he's still Chelsea manager next season, purely because No, but the thing is, one thing about it is you have to
him as well. It'd be for the York as well.
But the thing is, we need to see progress because and this is the thing with these young coaches, and this is what I don't understand. Right, when you look at Arteta's, maybe Liam's, the Enzo Mascareras, when you actually look at their teams, have they really improved? Like when you look at, say, Arteta's Arsenal, right? Like, he got rid of all those players that he considered toxic, but yet all the players that he relies on now, the Gabriels, the Salibas, the Sakas, these are all bought by Unai Emery. You know what I mean? Unai Emery bought all these players, but yet these are the players that are supposed to be toxic, and he had to get rid of them, like the Ozils and the Lacazettes and the Aubameyangs and whatever else. But the thing is, when you do that, because at least with us, you just said about you spent all that money, but at least we got trophies to come out. And this is why maybe Warren can enlighten me in this. I don't understand why Arsenal fans look down their noses at Chelsea fans at the moment, because I just think to myself, hang on a minute, over the last 6 seasons, we've won about 5 trophies. You lot haven't won anything.
I don't look down my nose at Chelsea. I'm jealous of Chelsea.
Well, no, I mean, Arsenal fans generally, because they look at us like we're crap, and it's like, hang on a minute, we've won more than you have Man United have won more than Arsenal over the last 3 seasons. In fact, when you actually analyse it, both Man United and Chelsea have been more successful than Arsenal. Because if you can't coming runner-up to City or Liverpool as a trophy, which I'm pretty sure that's why they got rid of Wenger, because they were sick and tired of finishing second with just an FA Cup, but it was about more than that. And I'm thinking, well, this is the thing. I don't know about anybody else, but I think Arteta actually does less than what Wenger did, because Wenger would still win the odd FA Cup now and then, and get second or third or whatever. But he could still flip players, develop talent, bring them through the Van Persies and whatever else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that from Arsenal have regressed for me under Arteta, because they've become a set piece team. They've become like what you would expect from the basics, but like when they were playing against United a couple of days ago.
They are a pound. Sorry to interrupt you, Wolfie. They're a Poundland Stoke City.
Well, this is what I would like to say. You look at Odegaard, right?
Pulis, number 2, isn't it?
No. But you look at Odegaard, right? He did absolutely nothing against Man United, right? And I think Arsenal fans say Arteta has his favourites. Well, he does. Well, you can't have shown that more than on like when you guys played Man United the other day, because what's Eze got to do to start and get minutes? Odegaard's crap. He hasn't done anything, and yet he still starts week in, week out.
Mate, you don't have to tell me. Going back to this Rossini fella, though, what surprised me about it was they actually appointed him. Because people my age who are Chelsea fans, there's a lot of them. I have to be really careful what I'm going to say here, because I upset a lot of people. No, but it's true, Steve.
Yeah, right? I know.
I don't want to upset Wolfie either, because like in the 70s and 80s,
upset me, mate.
Chelsea support had a large group of people who were, how can I put it? They were like of a certain political persuasion, and they would not have accepted this man. Like, it was so bad at one point that if a black player scored a goal, they wouldn't celebrate it, and it didn't count. That was their attitude. Do you know? It was really bad, and I've seen footage of Chelsea fans standing at Chelsea giving Nazi salutes and stuff like that. And like, it wasn't just one or two; it was thousands of them.
Yeah, you know the headhunters back in the day. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That lot. So it would not surprise me to find out there's a large group of the old school fans who would not accept his appointment. Not because of his ability as a coach, just because of the colour of his skin, sadly.
Yeah. Well, I'm not being funny. He's not the first brown man we've had, because we had Di Matteo as well, but he had ex-player credit. So he had the FA Cup goal as credit in the bankroll when he took over.
You had Hoodit, didn't you? Didn't you have Hoodit as manager as well?
Yeah.
Who? Well, us. Yeah, that was in the 90s though with Rude.
That would not have been accepted in the 70s and 80s, Steve. It just wouldn't.
Well, the thing is, one thing about it is, right, it's funny Warren mentioned that, because in the 50s and the 60s, and I know a fair bit about my club as well, it was transitioning from like into the 70s because don't forget, when you think about Chelsea back in the day, we were the posh man's club because we were the Chelsea pensioners football team, basically.
Yeah.
And when you think about all the aristocrats and bureaucrats that used to be back in the team, they were racist, they were horrible, they were classist. They were called the Blue Bloods, and that's why, you know, the Blues, like hence the nickname. But slowly but surely, as we said, like where it's become corporate and it become more diverse, like when, for example, we got the very European flavour, because I think when you actually look at Chelsea, one of the reasons why we do so well in Europe is because we've adapted to the European, or been adapted to a European kind of style of play since the 90s. When you think about all the Italians that we had, the managers that we had, the players that we had, some of the managers that come afterwards, we've always had a very European style of play. We've not always played quickly, but the idea is that when we do play, we play precisely, and that's kind of how European teams used to be. Because, like, you know, what I mean? Because that's how, when back in the day when we used to have swashbuckling English teams, or technical Spanish teams, or tactical Italian teams, you know what I mean? Nowadays, you just see English teams run over like Spanish and Italian teams because just fitness levels and athleticism. You know what I mean? Like football's morphed so much. It's kind of weird, but I agree with what Warren just said about Liam Rossoneri's appointment. Would not been, it still wasn't. It may not have been for racist reasons, but his appointment was still not warmly taken, because quite frankly, he's not a good enough manager. Because when it comes down to the actual Chelsea project, if you're going to rely on a bunch of 21, 22-year-olds. Now, what I don't understand is, if it was any other project aside from football, you wouldn't leave a bunch of 21-year-olds to manage themselves. You would get, I don't know, say if you're building a house, you'd get a very experienced foreman who was maybe like 40 or 50 or whatever else to organize it, get it sorted. Like, here you go, you're doing this on bricklaying, you're doing that on the plaster, and you're doing that on the windows, you're doing this, that, and the other. Like, it's the organization. If you're going to do, like, and even Fergie did it to a degree, you know what I mean, with the class of 92. And even Pep Guardiola as well, if you're going to have like a bunch of kids, you still need the odd player there that's going to like marshal them on the pitch, and you still need an experienced, or at least talented manager that knows what he's doing. Because otherwise you're going to end up falling flat in your face, because as a manager managing such a young squad, you need to find the solutions using your brain that maybe these boys are not necessarily going to think of straight away. You need to see problems coming early. You know what I mean? Because obviously you're the experienced one. Yeah, and realistically, that's why the Ancelottis and the Mourinhos and whatever else should be managing clubs like Chelsea, because like Warren said, they've got the reputation. You have to respect them for what they did in the. You think anyone? Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what we mean. You think anyone backchats Simeone? Do you think anyone backchats Jose Mourinho in his heyday? Do you think anyone backchats Fergie in his heyday, or Klopp in his heyday? Hell no. They'd get boots over their head or kicked out of the club. That's the difference. The Brian Cloughs. This is the difference when the figurehead outweighs the or should we say, chess pieces. Like the king outweighs the pawns. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like this is why like players like Van Nistelrooy would leave Man United, but Fergie would still be there, and they'd just go off and sign Rooney. The cycle would go in and out. But with the Chelsea project, you've got inexperienced managers with inexperienced players, and you want the top level. So, like for me, like I said, you're trying to charge West End goods for South End prices, mate, and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But can you actually see yourself winning anything under this manager, Wolfie?
No.
Can you, like a trophy?
No, and for the pure reason of we're still so bad at the back.
How long contract is he on?
I think it's like a 2-year deal.
Right. You don't reckon he's been brought in as a stopgap, do you?
I hope so. And the reason why I say I hope so is because, as I said, no offense, my last 3 or 4 managers, Potter, Lampard, Ranieri, Maresca, you know what I mean? Hardly groundbreaking, are they?
No. I look at it and I just think, like the managers that Chelsea have had in the last 20 odd years or so.
I know, we should have kept 1 or 2 of them.
Like this guy, I just don't know. I don't get it. I just think it's a weird appointment. I just think maybe the guy that they really want is not available, and they just thought, well, let's give him a 2-year contract, see how it goes.
This is why
when the one we really want becomes available, we'll just get rid of him.
Well, this is why I didn't like Enzo, for example, Warren, because when you look at these younger managers, right? I'll give you a little per se, right? You look at what, say, Luis Enrique did with that PSG team after being there for 2 years. He made them the best team in Europe. They beat everybody there was to beat, and they won their league and they won the Champions League. Now he was at that. He's been at that club 2-3 years, but you can see how they've progressed as a club. You can see how they've progressed as a team. You can see how they've changed their philosophy of buying French players instead of just buying like what Real Madrid do, just be the French Galacticos basically. When the Ibrahimovic's and the Messis and the Neymars and they've moved away from that philosophy with a good coach. Because I wanted Luis Enrique when he was available before he went to PSG. And he went PSG, and we picked. I think we either picked Poch, or then it was Maresca's first season. But when you looked at how he managed that team and how they progressed within the second year, they were winning the Champions League. That's quite a massive transformation. So you don't see that level of progression. For me, you don't see a transformation of Chelsea under Enzo Maresca. The same thing that I saw last season was the same thing that I saw this season. Don't get me wrong, we won the Europa League conference for it, fine. We were expected to win that. But I think the reason why everyone got hyped about Chelsea last year wasn't because we won the Club World Cup. It was because of who we beat in the final. Like that name kind of was supposed to be like the springboard for our season this season, and it kind of didn't happen. It was just like by December we're out of the title race. We dropped out of the top 4. We're pretty much out of the Carling Cup, you might as well, or the Carabao Cup. We're pretty much out of that. We've just about struggled to get automatic qualification for the Champions League. I'm not being funny, and all of our players are still injury prone. So with people like Lavia and all that, are still always in and out. Fofana's still in and out. We're still testing Reece James's fitness even though he's been back a good half a season. It's just things are not quite right at Chelsea. Give it another year or so. I think there's still a couple of years away from challenging for any major titles. We might be able to win another cup next season, but for me personally, I don't see us winning anything this year personally. But not under Ranieri or anybody else. It's just because that it's too messy. We've got 36 first teamers. By the end of this season, we're going to have people like Jackson, Cinema come, all those guys, Detro Fofana, they're all going to come back. And we're going to have back to a bloated squad of 40 players. Raheem Sterling's still there, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I know, man. Fucking hell. What else can happen with him?
This is the reason
why. It didn't work out Arsenal, did it? When he went to Arsenal, he was fucking shit there, wasn't he?
He did have his uses, but with Sterling, it's just the fact of he needs to go into a complete team. He's the icing on the cake of a team, like how he was for City. You know what I mean? If De Bruyne
hasn't been as good since he was at Liverpool City. I don't think he's been anything like that anymore, has he? When he played for England, You think
Well, the
about
thing is, he's had
tapering
one or
and
two injuries. He's getting a bit older, and to be honest, he's one of those players like the game's kind of left behind a little bit because he doesn't have the like he can. I don't know what happened to Sterling really. I'm not sure if it's fitness or just plain luck really. Because how many players nowadays would you say at 30? Look at Van Dijk, right? You look at Van Dijk, who's a guy who's 33 now. Some of the best defenders I ever saw, you would say they were in their primes in their 33. You look at, say, I don't know, a Ferdinand, he wasn't crap at 33, was he? You look at a Cannavaro, he wasn't crap at 33. If anyone said Maldini was crap at 33, I would have slapped him myself. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because they were, no, it's true, because they weren't crap. Like, Fernando Cannavaro, I swear, didn't he win the World Player of the Year for being a defender about 35?
Mate, Maldini still playing the Premier League now, mate.
Well, this is the thing. This is why people I laugh at people when they say like people like Van Dijk are the best ever, and I'm like, why is that? Well, you look at his dominance. I was like, what dominance? You know what I mean? Like this for me, if you're going to be arguably the best centre back in Premier League, you need at least 5 Premier Leagues minimum to enter the conversation. Like, because like Sol Campbell and them, like what they won, 2-3. John Terry and Co. They won like 4-5. Like. When you look at that, okay, no disrespect to Liverpool fans and them lot, when you look at what they've achieved in the Premier League over the last 20, you have one more league title than Leicester City. It's not special. It's really, and realistically, if Liverpool fans are honest, like in their heyday with Klopp, you just ended up sucking Pep's dust. Let's face it, right? Okay, they wouldn't want to admit it, but maybe Klopp might have had different luck if Pep didn't have that team. But realistically, like let's be with your Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, whatever. Let's be honest. For 5 years in this country, it's been Man City dominated. All right, Liverpool broke it. All right, maybe Arsenal might win it this season. Somebody else might win it. Who knows? But ultimately, like you were saying a minute ago, Steve, like you would expect City to get themselves together again and go at it again, maybe with or without Pep. But you know, they've got a lot of good players over there. They've got Mamouche, you know, they've got Cherokee, you know, they've got other players and Haaland's still there as well. And a lot of people, the thing is, and that's another guy as well that frustrates me. For a guy that's supposedly so good, he's crap because he can barely finish. You know what I mean? And this is where we go back to like if you get another younger manager that comes in at City and it might not work out for him, who knows? But if they get someone like, I don't know, just for example, say if Diego Simeone goes to Man City after Pep leaves, what then?
Well, if Arteta goes there, be the same because he doesn't like strikers.
No.
I'm convinced, mate. He
wants to play. Is that Jokeridge anyway? Why is he
play with a false 9? He doesn't. That signing was not his.
He didn't want Jokeridge. I don't think he wanted him.
The director bought that and said you've got to get him in the team because
he didn't want a striker, did he? He didn't want one. He didn't want a striker, did he? Really?
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't want to play with a striker as plain as the nose on the end of your face. Liverpool pushed Manchester City really hard. Like 2 seasons, they lost the league title by 1 point. And like one season, they got 97 points. And now most season, that would be enough points to absolutely piss the league. But you're up against the beast, which was Manchester City with Pep. Like, it's not going to be enough. You've just got to get yourself in front against them. And they weren't able to do it. And like, if he suddenly hits on a winning formula, it's going to happen again. It's going to win another 4 or 5 league titles on the bounce. Because that's what he's relentless. And I can see him winning it again this season as well. The thing with what I've noticed about Haaland is he scores goals in like, what do you call it? Like in batches. Like he'll score like 7 or 8, and then he won't score for a couple of games. Then he'll score another 7 and 8. Do you know what I mean? It's just a very weird situation.
He's only doing it in the game. Why? If you don't pass it, he's not joining in with the game. He's passing or anything. He don't really add a lot else apart from his goals, does he? In the game,
it's just disappointment by Chelsea. I just don't understand it. I don't. And when you look back over the managers they've had in the last 20, 30 years, I just find it weird. I don't understand why they did it. Like, you know, they could probably, the financial muscle that club has got, they could have gone and got any manager in the world that they wanted. And they
could have brought Klopp back. I know Klopp said he'd only come back and manage Liverpool.
No, he wouldn't have gone there. Not
no, he wouldn't have gone. No.
But like they could have probably gone and got any manager in the world.
You got Simeone. You mean?
Well, yeah.
Who else? What's it? Your favourite, the Don. They could have got him, couldn't they?
The thing is, he's managing Brazil at the moment. That's the problem. We got a lot of managers that you wouldn't be able to get at this moment in time because they're on contracts with national teams and stuff. So that will all change after the World Cup if it goes ahead. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Anyway, the last word on this guy. I think could he just be a temporary manager? Would we say on this new?
He's just there to get the boat for a little while for me.
Could give him a couple of seasons, maybe, or season, and then that'd be it, probably. Yeah.
Well, look at if he's there this time next season. Next season, he's doing all right because, like I said, if he doesn't win anything, he'll be forgiven. But next season, he'll have to do something because this is the thing. It's not, and you can't have that Eddie Howe syndrome where you're doing great one season and the next season you do crap, and then you say, "Oh, but we overachieved last season." You know, that's not how clubs like Chelsea and Liverpool and Man United work. You do well, you have to follow that up even better the next season. It doesn't matter. There's no excuses. Right? You know what I mean?
The problem these clubs have got when they're trying to break in to that top bracket of clubs like your Arsenal, Liverpool's, Chelsea's, Man United's, and the rest of it is when they get to a certain level and they start playing in European competition, they haven't got the squads to then compete on four fronts. This is the problem that you're going to face, Steve, right, when the Bees get into Europe, because I think you will get European this year.
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
I'd be surprised if you don't. Right, if they do get European football, you're going to have to seriously strengthen that squad, even just with numbers. Because if you don't, like, you could end up getting relegated because it's like it's such a drain on resources, and like you will. It's like this business of playing Thursday. If you're in the Europa League or the Conference League, Thursday, Sunday, and it takes a lot out of the squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very, very difficult thing to manage. And for any team trying to break into that top group, if they haven't got the squad to do it, then it's a big problem.
Well, you got your favourite manager now here, Warren. Some manager, isn't he? Do you want to go, mate, on a rant? Do you want to rant about him?
Do you want me to start it off?
Best manager in the world. No joke.
This joke, man. I mean, I find it astonishing that he's been at the club for 6 years, right? Come the end of this season, it'll be 6.5 years, right?
Yeah.
The reason the previous guy got sacked, well, sorry, not the previous guy, the one before that, Arsene Wenger he got hounded out was because he never won the title. He kept finishing second, third, and fourth, which is exactly what this guy's done. Yet he is lauded as being like the best young manager in the world.
Cool.
Yeah. But what he's not having to make a profit of £30 million a year like Wenger was to pay off the stadium, which is what Arsene Wenger had to. he was instructed by Arsenal's hierarchy that they wanted him to make a profit of £30 million a year, which doesn't sound a lot nowadays, but back then that was a fucking lot of money. That's like somewhere in the region, probably talking about 120, 150 million now. So, you know, he was having to sell his best players year in, year out. This guy's not having to do that. And he's like spent £1 billion in the transfer market.
Yeah.
And I'd say he's probably wasted 95% of it. Right? He consistently is unable to get the team over the line in like cup competitions and league competitions and Champions League, stuff like that. He just like every single season it's the same story and it's happening again. Right? This guy, the football that they play is awful. It's boring. It's negative. Do you know what I mean? Like struggling at home to beat Wolves at home. They won 2-1. They were 1-0 down for ages in that game, I believe. Yeah. And it's like it's not good enough. I'm sorry, you spent that amount of money in the transfer market. You should be blowing these teams out of the water. Do you know what I mean? If you'd spent £1 billion in the transfer market, Steve, would you be happy seeing them winning 1-0 at home against a team that got promoted the previous season?
Well, we'd never have that much money to spend, Warren, so I wouldn't like that, mate. So,
would you be happy with that?
Yeah.
It's just not.
No. You spent it, wasted it, man. On what?
I know. Well, he has wasted it. I'd say probably 95% of that money, that £1 billion, has been wasted. If you've got £1 billion to spend, you don't go out and buy the likes of Eze from Crystal Palace, Madwuki from Chelsea, do you? You go to Real Madrid and say to them, right, how much do you want for Vinicius Junior? You go to Man City and say, how much do you want for Rodri? How much do you want for...
Bucharest. I meant,
how much do you want for Haaland? I'm sorry, but no. This is not acceptable.
Like I said,
players is a disgrace as well. Right, don't get me started about what happened with Kieran Tierney. Because I know the real reason that guy was frozen out of the team. And I'm telling you, it's a fucking disgrace.
Hang on, wait on. I don't know. What's the real reason he was frozen out of the team?
The reason he got... Well, I'm going to tell you about two stories, right? One about Kieran Tierney and one about Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Right? Kieran Tierney's best friend, his lifelong friend, died.
I mean, suicide, didn't he, or something?
And he was suffering really badly because of it. Right? This manager offered him no fucking support or anything. Didn't organise any support for him. I'm sorry, but that is not acceptable. Any organisation, if you're one of your employees is suffering with stress and whatnot, the very least you can do is provide support and assistance for him. He did fuck all, right? Aubameyang. That whole situation with Aubameyang was a fucking disgrace, right? Yeah. He was in home visiting his mum in France, right? She just had a stroke, right? And Arteta said to him, go and see your family. I hope it goes well and all this carry on. He said, but I want you back here on such day at a certain time, right? I want you to be at training 9 o'clock on the Monday morning or whatever. And he said, but I want you back on the Sunday or something. The man arrived back in the country a couple of hours before training and went direct to training. Arteta fucking decided to read him the riot act in front of all the other players. Like telling him, you've let me down, you're a disgrace, you're late, rah, rah, rah. But he was there on time for the training. What is this man fucking talking about? he never wanted Aubameyang in that team. And the minute he got to the fucking club, he was trying to play him as a left wing back. Right? Aubameyang they're talking about. One of the,
He's not
one
a
of the
left winger.
best strikers in the fucking league. All right, he scored fucking shitloads of goals under Emery the season before.
That's right.
And this fucking clown, like, almost, well, he did to fucking destroy him. He's never the same player again. It was
the partnership with Lacazette, didn't he?
Outrageous.
Lacazette, yeah.
Outrageous, the treatment that he dishes out on these players. And I conservatively estimate there's about 19 players that he's had rucks with since he's been Arsenal manager. Right?
Yeah.
I actually, on one stream I did, Steve, on one stream I was able to name a starting 11 and a fucking bench of all the players that he's had rucks with. And it was better than the fucking team that he had.
Pepe there and everything, wasn't it?
It's better than the team that he was putting out week in, week out. This guy is fucking useless. And when these people say to me, oh, yeah, but look what he's done. Done what? He's only ever managed to win one trophy. He's never got to a European final, which coincidentally, some of these fans going on about how he had to inherit a mess that had been left to him by Emery.
Emery had a good team. That was a good team.
Emery, right, had that team, right? He got them to a Europa League final.
That's right, yeah. He got one, but yeah.
He got them to a Europa League final, and they were 3 points off third place in the Premier League. In his first season in the Premier League as manager, Unai Emery.
Yeah.
Right? And this guy took him best part of £1 billion and 4.5 years to match that. It was a fucking joke. This guy, whenever you talk to these fans of other clubs and they go on about, oh, he's doing a good job and whatnot, I say to him, right, dare say your manager got sacked. Would you take him at your club? Almost without fail, they all say no thanks.
No, of course I don't. We wouldn't have him here. Fuck off.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like unbelievable. He's a one-man fucking wrecking ball of a manager.
I will say this: he's the only manager I know in world football that's had 500 million to spend and 4 years and not been sacked. Because I'll tell you what,
a lot about the board, and that is another problem at the club. I ain't touching that because we're talking about him, but I want the board and the owners gone as well, because they've allowed this bullshit to go on all this time and they haven't challenged him. He's got so much power at that club. It's ridiculous. He's untouchable.
Cronkies, it's a business for them, isn't it? The Cronkies.
Well, the thing is, he's probably quite good for business because he looks good in the merch.
Yeah.
And he helps sell the merchandise and it helps them get the turnover over. And they've got this fucking avalanche of fucking PR and marketing to support this guy. And they've brainwashed the fan base. Like, I was listening to 606 on Saturday. And there was this fella on there, this Arsenal fan, and Chris Sutton and the Welsh guy that's on there with him. He's always arguing with
Savage. Yeah. Robbie Savage.
Right. Yeah. And Chris Sutton said to this Arsenal fan, he said, well, he's been there six years and he keeps finishing second. At what point would you say that you have to say to him, well, look, it's not working, is it? The fella turned around and said, I don't care. I said, I love him. I just want him to stay. It just fucking sums it up, mate. These fans are more interested in that guy's career than they are about what the football club does. And that is why I don't want anything to do with it. Because it's bullshit. The whole club, the badge is like fucking plastic piece of shit. Yeah. The stadium is shit. The fans are shit. All of it is fucking rubbish. Exactly. It's fake. It's plastic. The fan base are a fucking joke. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, like 1 minute they want him in, the next minute they want him out.
Okie dokie, mate.
A joke, mate. Like, honestly, I've never seen the club in such a mess as it is now. And I've been supporting that club since 1972. So you've
seen all the good and bad, didn't you?
54 years, right? September, it'll be 54 years. So I've been a supporter of that club. And I've never, ever seen a bigger mess than it is now. I conservatively estimate if they were suddenly, it came out today, they'd sacked him this afternoon. The new guy they appointed, I reckon it would take him at least 3 years to sort it out, the mess that he's going to leave behind.
Yeah. I know,
Steve. Honestly, if I was manager of that team, I'd only keep about 6 of them. The rest of them I'd fucking sell them because I just don't think they're good enough.
I know you like, was it Saliba and whatever, you keep him.
I think Saliba is the only world-class player we've got. And he didn't sign him. Unai Emery sold it. Brought him in.
Well, they signed their best players, Emery, you probably would say, wouldn't you?
Well, look at the players he bought, right? He bought in Pepe, Unai Emery.
He's class, Pepe, and he Arteta ruined him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Ruined him.
But he's balling it out again now, wherever he is, he's playing, right?
Yeah.
It's because this guy...
he scored against you, didn't he?
This is a perfect example about this man. He wants to control everything down to the nth degree. He can't handle players doing stuff off the cuff. I'm telling you, I'm 100% convinced if Diego Maradona was at his peak and playing now, and he was at Arsenal, Arteta would boot him out of the club because he wouldn't be able to control him. Because Maradona would want to just go on the pitch and just do an absolute madness, but he wouldn't have it.
Like a Messi or something, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking madness on stilts. This guy is just fucking... He's not the guy. And he will never, ever win a major trophy with his club because he can't manage people.
Yeah.
And he's tactically inept. All this business of fucking fullbacks going into midfield and whatnot. No, that's bollocks. What happens if... And it happened away. Where was it? I think it might have been at Bournemouth or Fulham. Yeah, I think it was Fulham. They fucking worked this out and they were going down the fullback areas and because there was no one there. Because they were fucking in midfield. So all they were doing was launching long balls over the top of the midfield for the wingers to run onto and they were causing fucking mayhem. Because the centre-backs were having to go over to the fullback areas and there was no one in the middle.
Well, he thinks he's another Pep, though, doesn't he? He thinks he's another Pep.
Bullshit of modern football.
Yeah.
Either fucking giving new names to things that don't need new names, or you got these fucking clowns trying to make up these fucking fancy tactics that don't fucking work.
Yeah.
Like this fucking clown. And talking in fucking riddles about fucking transitions and fucking do you know what I mean? It's bullshit, absolute fucking bullshit on stilts. And I'm fucking sick of it. That's why I started doing that series about bringing back the game or whatever, putting the game back on track because it needs it.
That was good, that, when you done that.
It's
I like
fucking bollocks, mate. The modern game is bullshit.
Exactly,
it is
exactly,
bullshit. Yeah. All of it. None of it is fucking real. Managers, when they're under pressure, talking absolute bollocks, talking in fucking riddles, not answering questions. Remember that fucking press conference Well, I played that interview with that fucking Wilfred Nancy when he was at Celtic.
Nancy, yeah, that's a good name, isn't it?
Fucking question. He was talking absolute bollocks.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm sick of these fucking people, like imposters, coming
He's
in the
got a shit manager, that Nancy, though, isn't he?
ruining it.
You better off. You've got so much better having O'Neill back there, wouldn't you? At Celtic, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, and that I love Martin O'Neill. The guy is a fucking legend in my book.
He is, yeah.
Right? And another reason I'm glad about it is because he's fucking old school.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And like his record since he's been in, I worked it out the other day. He's got a fucking 85% win percentage, and people go, "Yeah, well, it's the Scottish League, this and that." You still got fucking beat what's put in front of you.
Yeah, Farmers League. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sam Allardyce got 100% England record.
Yeah.
In that one game, and he won it, didn't he?
Do you know? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know he's had he had the same amount of
Got
games.
a few readies out of it.
Now, Nazi. Martin O'Neill, when he came back when he came back, he had the same players. He played the same amount of games in his first interim period as this Wilfred Nancy, right?
Yeah.
He, out of 8 games, he won 6 and drew 2, right?
Yeah, he's got Rodgers too, wouldn't he?
Yeah. 1, 2 and lost 6. That tells you everything you fucking need to know about that situation. Fucking bollocks.
Should have got rid of Brendan Rodgers, should they? Either, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, exactly. But there's a whole fucking saga about why that happened. And none of it was to do with Rodgers. It was fucking bored. A bunch of fucking shysters.
Well, can I just tap in on Arteta for a second, if that's all right?
Yeah, go on, Simon. You go for it.
I think, if as an outside looking in on Arsenal, the only thing I would say about Arteta's management skills, one of the main reasons why you doubt him is because, like Enzo Maresca with us, he makes funny decisions. And I'll give you an example. Partey was never a right back. Never in anyone's mind was he a right back.
Well, we know what he is actually, but yeah, we know what he actually is. But yeah, anyway, go on.
He was a DM. Yeah, not off the pitch, not off the pitch, on the pitch, on the pitch. And the reason why I bring that particular example up because he used Partey as a right back, just same way as Enzo Maresca used a right back as a number 10. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit, it's a bit yo. It's a bit, a bit funny.
When they're still not fit, they got injured, and he threw them back on, didn't he? Was it
Timber was all out for all of last season, wasn't he? Because when he was injured in their first game of the season, was it last season or the season before that? I can't remember. When he picked up an injury and then he made him go back out again after half time. And they reckon that's what done him in.
He's an absolute prick. He's an absolute prick.
So this is what I'm talking about, Steve. Because if he was an experienced manager, he would have known that would not be the sensible thing to do. Get probably the world's best central defensive midfield player and put him at right back. You get a fucking one of the world's best strikers and you try and get him to play left wing back. I mean, what is wrong with this guy? He was talking about fucking as well having a substitute goalkeeper and bringing them on at half time, switching the goalkeepers around. I'm thinking, why would you fucking want to do that? What is wrong with him?
This guy's deluded, man. He's
wired right up top, mate. I'm telling you, there's something fucking wrong with the geezer.
And another thing as well, another thing about him, which is a bit weird, is when he comes to his management style, and this is the thing, when you look at the players they've signed, they signed Eze, they signed Gyökeres, who else did they sign this season? Zubamendi, Madueke. And the funny thing is, they're actually worse to watch.
They're boring as shit, mate. They're fucking boring as shit.
The thing is,
Zubamendi and whatever.
Right? People say, oh, yeah, he's learnt from Pep. He didn't learn anything from Pep. because he's fucking arrogant. He learned everything about his management style from working under David Moyes. Now, I love David Moyes. I think he's class, right? But that's more to do with what he did at Celtic when he was there as a player, right? But this guy, you watch him, you watch the way that team plays, it's got fucking Moyes' fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
It's negative fucking tactics. But on top of that, the man's a fucking psychopath. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's tactically inept. He can't fucking manage players. Like, he wastes money in the transfer market. It is a fucking shambles. And that's why I said the club, I've never seen it in such a mess as it is now. It is, honestly, mate, it is a shambles.
Yeah. So if you do happen to win something, though, Warren, will you celebrate it or not?
No, because I don't care what he does, Steve. What he wins, I do not want a man like that managing Arsenal Football Club, and I wouldn't want him managing any football club because I would fear for the playing staff or any member of staff that works at the club, because I've seen the way that he treats people, and it is disgusting. Like, how he's still employed, I do not know. Right, that I remember the way that he spoke to that left back that we used to have, who not Kieran, I think he was Portuguese.
Well, Santos, Andre Santos.
Yeah. He was standing over him, screaming and shouting, "Do you want Champions League?" I would have just stood up and said, "Listen, get out of my face, and I'm handing in an official transfer request." And he would probably say, "Why's that?" He said, "Because, I want to play Champions League football, but I ain't never doing it all the time you're fucking in control of this club, because you're a fucking beep, beep, beep." And then I would have knocked the cunt out.
Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? This guy is just, like, imagine if he went into the club shop and started talking to a 16, 17-year-old kid like that. Like, if I was that kid's parent, I would have gone up there and looking for him, and I would have dealt with him in my way. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't talk to people like that. Any other walk of life or business, if you went into the workplace and you'd spoken to anyone like that, you'd have been out the door. Yeah. This is something I've really got to be in my bonnet about, is how it is that football is able not to have the same employment law as other industries. How it is that these people can get away with this sort of behaviour. And notwithstanding the fact that he's playing a 15-year-old. Now, I was always under the impression that it was illegal to employ people under the age of 16. But seemingly he's able to get away with playing a 15-year-old.
Who's that? Dellman, wasn't it?
Huh?
Is that Max Dellman you're about?
Well, I don't know what the kid's name is, but my understanding was that in this country, you weren't allowed to employ people under the age of 16. Yet he seems to be able to do it. He seems to be able to play these, like, kids. And I'm all for giving kids a chance, believe me, right? But there is such thing as employment law. So how is it these football clubs, and him in particular, he seems to be able to get away with not following employment law? Because I want it investigated, because I just think it's really, really dodgy.
Well, the thing is, Arteta's management is like his playing style, very pragmatic. It's kind of soulless to a degree. And that's why it's so hard to watch. And when it comes to players like your better players, or your more attacking players like Gilchrist, he doesn't adapt his system for them, so they end up struggling. Yeah. He ends up being a donkey, because one thing about it is, and I don't mean this horribly, But Saka is not known for the amount of assists he gets. Martinelli is not known for the amount of assists. Odegaard, particularly, is not known for the amount of assists they got. They're not, for a team with a lot of good attacking players, you're not very creative with them.
No, it's not.
They
But that's
do very methodical jobs.
Play Wolfie. He wants them to, like, you know,
Robotic.
grind teams down and, like, stay safe at the back. And I saw that he's gonna. I reckon within a year, 2 years, Declan Rice will be leaving that club, if not sooner. Because I saw him the other night losing his rag, and I saw him saying, well, "Here we fucking go again. Same fucking thing, week in, week out." I saw him saying it, losing his rag. And the guy that told me the guy wants to win, but he's not going to win anything under this manager.
He won something at West Ham, didn't he? And the boys, he won that Europa Cup. Was it Europa Cup, wasn't it? He won, or was it Conference, whatever?
Yeah, the Conference League.
Yeah,
and the grass was greener on the other side for West Ham fans as well, because look how bad they are now, and they're all good for getting rid of Moisey because they didn't like the style of football.
Yeah.
But he kept them top 10. He got them into Europe. He won them a trophy, and at the end of it, they said, "You know what? The grass is greener on the other side."
He's doing a good job at Everton, I think, as well. You know.
Oh, come on, he's back home, man. That's his club, man. Whenever you think of Everton, that's when they were always in the top 6 when Moisey was around.
And he's a better manager than this guy. I tell you, I'd have Moisey.
Yeah, definitely.
He's won more trophies than him over the last 5 years. That's for sure.
I think it's true. Do you know what I mean? But like, they're not interested in winning trophies. For me is as clear as day, right? I think the problem is fans have one objective for the club and the owners have a different one. Because I remember when the Cronkies bought Arsenal, they come out and they said, "Listen, I did not buy this club to win trophies."
Yeah.
And he's been true to his word. You have to say that. He has been true to his word. They haven't won trophies. So in that regard, you have to say
it's a business.
That's not why he bought the club. So he's done what he set out to do. But for the fans, we want to see people lifting trophies. Any club, any football team wants to see their team winning trophies. And for me, that's what football's about. At the end of the day, players, when they retire, they want to look at the trophies they've won and the medals they've won. They don't want to know about how good the balance sheet was.
No one remembers a runner-up.
No,
exactly, Wolfie.
And this guy has been a runner-up so many fucking times. Unbelievable.
Well,
can you get it over the line?
Credit for being second, wouldn't you? No, man.
Can you get it over the line this time, though? Can he actually get it over the line, do you think? No.
I don't think he will.
No, I don't think he will.
No.
Because when you look at Arsenal now, particularly with that Man United game, let me give you an example. With that Man United game, if Arsenal were really on winning the title, they would have battered Man United no matter what Man United did. And the problem was, the more Man United, because the Man United played that game with no fear and they had nothing to lose. So that's why they just went at Arsenal and they got at Arsenal. And I'm not being funny, over the last few games, right? Would you say this is Arsenal's defense is as rock solid as it was when the season started? I don't think so. I think they started to leak goals left, right, and centre. Face it, like last month in December, they were only winning games because they got 3 or 4 lucky own goals.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones where if you can't win the games yourself, it's like any other thing. Sooner or later, your luck runs out, and I'm not being funny. Like, he's bottled bigger leads later on in the season. Look at last season. What was it? You guys were 8 points clear last season, wasn't it? In like April or something. Yeah. And he's already losing ground now. Like, you guys could have been potentially 8 points away from everybody. What? Everyone's 4 points close to you now.
Wolfie, let's look at it, right? The last 3 games, he's taken 2 points from a possible 9.
Oh, there you go.
In the league. And that tells you everything, man. They've had 2 0-0 draws and they lost 3-2 at home to Manchester United.
Yeah.
So, the wheels are coming off. It's just happening earlier this year than it did last year.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you're all getting giddy, though. All your fans getting giddy. Oh, you're top of the league. We're going to win it this year. We're going to do it this year.
They're deluded and brainwashed. The next game they got is against Carriat in the Champions League. They'll win that comfortably.
Who the fuck are they anyway? Who the hell are they they're playing? Who's heard of them? I haven't. Who the fuck are they?
They're a team from Kazakhstan, Steve.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
they're from North London, Steve.
Champions League, mate.
Or FC, are they?
There is a league. There are leagues apart from the English Premier League, mate. And then on the 31st, the weekend, they're playing Leeds United away. I'd say they'd probably lose that one.
Yeah.
Old rivalry that. Arsenal and Leeds used to hate each other back in the day, just like Arsenal and just like Chelsea and Leeds as well. We used to hate them. That's a forgotten rivalry in modern football. People used to forget about the beef between Leeds and Chelsea. A lot of people have forgotten about that now.
Leeds
They're
going well, Leeds,
their
I
fans
to go down, Leeds. I thought they were going to go down. And look at them now, Leeds, you know. Under that Farker. I thought Farker would be sacked. I really did.
My mate Mick, who I did that thing with on the channel, right? He really rates Farker. He reckons he was Norwich's best ever manager. I was shocked when he said that. When you think about some of the managers they've had there, because in the late 80s, they were a top side in the English First Division.
Walker was the manager. Was it Mike Walker was manager there? And who else did they have at Norwich?
They've Martin O'Neill there. They've had Martin O'Neill, very long, but he was there.
Let's be having you.
Oh yeah,
Let's be having you.
But yeah, they've had some decent managers, Steve. But I think he's decent. He's got that like American owners like pumping money into the club.
What, Wrexham? Oh, sorry.
Leeds or Norwich.
Sheriff Rangers, what do they call them? The 49ers or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Well, they got Danny Roll, weren't they, as manager now?
Yeah, let's not talk about them, Steve. I know you don't want to
know about that, Warren. No, I know, mate. That Rangers, fuck them, anyway, with this prick, right, he's going to win fuck all, do you think, this season?
Yeah, 100%. Because he is the face of, like, this, for me, he embodies everything that's wrong. One with Arsenal and also about modern football. It's just fake. It's pure and simple as that, mate. It can be summed up with one word: fake.
Yeah, exactly. He's a fraud. He's fraud. He's fraudulent. Let's be honest.
Fucking fake. The whole thing. Do you know what I mean? I've got no interest in it. It's just like I find it boring. It's negative. It's like I don't know, like how many more like negative terms you want me to give it, because it's just bullshit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something tells me Warren don't like him.
Yeah. Go on, mate. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say something tells me Warren don't like him. I just get an intuition that he doesn't like him.
I don't know where you get that from, Wolfie. I don't know where you find that from, mate.
I don't know. It's just one or two comments here and there, man. It's just a slight undertone of distrust.
I'm like to go and visit Reggie. That's what I'd like.
Oh dear, Reggie Craig. Did you just say? Oh dear.
Reggie Craig.
He fucked the club right up. Oh no.
Yeah. Come on, you cunt. Yeah, you've seen that film, The Legend, didn't it? I love that film, man. Legend.
I know,
Oh, brilliant. Well, you bring a rolling pin to a gunfight. What are you going to do? Make me a cake?
Fanny credit, yeah, Fanny credit. You're going to make me a cake? Would be like
Oh, I love that
a
film.
nougat. I'm joking, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, that is so. I love that, man. That's it, Tom Hardy, isn't it? That's fucking
Yeah.
brilliant. That film.
Yes. I remember the old film with what was
The
it?
Kents, wasn't it? The
Yeah, the
Kents
Kent,
done it.
Stephen
Yeah.
Martin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Martin
Yeah, that
Kent,
was good.
that's a name from the past. I used to stand near him on the North Bank. Martin Kent, he would be there like every other week or so. Like you used to see him like through rows in front of us in the North Bank at Arsenal.
Well,
Really, he never said anything to anyone, or he'd get involved in a bit of the singing and whatnot, but he never really talked to anyone. He'd just come in, mind his own business, watch the match. Do you know what I mean? You'd never know that he was who he was.
what do you expect from someone like Spandau Ballet, man?
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Sometimes with these people, like they think they're the fucking big I am or whatnot.
Well, he's got no ego, is he? He's got no ego like someone. Yeah. He's not ego. He's not an egomaniac, is he? So
it's the quiet ones you got to watch.
Yeah, so we're moving on anyway, lads. About this guy, another one of Warren's favourites here, Michael Carrick from Man United.
Oh, he's only had 2 games.
Yeah.
Hardly enough time to judge him, is it?
Well, the thing is with this one, Steve, at least he's had some previous work history.
Yeah,
oh,
Middlesbrough. Done well at Middlesbrough, didn't he?
I'm sorry, but he's done a fairly decent job. Yes, I know. Like, it's a big jump to go from Middlesbrough to Manchester United.
Yeah, but he used to play there as well. He was caretaker manager before there as well, wasn't he?
Put it in the same bracket as Arteta, right? Because the man's got no previous work history. But this guy, he has, albeit it's at Middlesbrough, right? But at least the guy's got some previous, right, behind him. But I just don't think it's the level that is required for United.
I guess
he's done all right so far, though. Got manager bounce, isn't he, at the moment?
Top manager, like.
New manager.
I'm surprised they didn't try. I know you're going to hate me for saying it, but I'm surprised they didn't try and get the ex-England manager, Southgate. Maybe they did, and he told them to fuck off. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of United about that.
Yeah, that would have been a nightmare. But do you know what I mean? They need like fucking top draw manager, like, you know, the likes of Ancelotti or, you know, the guy who was at PSG or.
So it didn't work with Amorim, though, did it? Fucking Amorim.
The thing
he was actually starting to do something a bit, though, wasn't he? He's getting him some sort of results, and then he suddenly decided to go, or did they actually sack him, or what?
Would have worked with Amorim, but they just weren't prepared to give it the time. Because I remember seeing his Sporting Lisbon team come to the Emirates, and they ripped Arsenal to pieces.
Yeah,
they actually battered them. They should have gone away. They should have gone away with a 4-0 win. They were all over Arsenal that night. It was superb, right?
He managed them all right, but was he playing the same formation there though? Was he playing the same?
The problem Amorim had, he's a tactical manager, and the thing is, when you look at Man United's squad, they're not the most flexible bunch, are they?
No.
You can say that because they're a team with a lot of you could say star players with a lot of names, they can make some systems work, but realistically,
Ramo bastards. The
thing is, when you look at how Man United got back into that game, if it wasn't for Zubimendi, Man United don't get back into that game.
Yeah, he fucked it up, didn't he? Yeah,
he passed it to him. Literally, he passed it to him.
Yeah, Bramo, go on, score that. Go on. Yeah.
So it wasn't like Man United did anything special. It was just kind of like, as I said, Arsenal. Like when it comes to Man United's defeat, it wasn't the fact of it showed everything good about Man United. It was the fact that it showed you everything that sucked about Arsenal. They were all over the place at the back, and the midfield and the defence were disjointed, and it was just no threat from the forwards. I don't know how Arsenal have spent so much money in their attacking players, and it's still crap when it comes to actually going forward. Great defensively, pragmatic, cover the spaces, but when it actually comes to going forward, yeah, very restrained, very restrictive. You know what I mean? Like, they don't really have any creativity up front. I know they're supposed to have Odegaard, but he's more of a, I'll just take the ball and pass it along court sort of guy. He doesn't try killer passes. He's not like an Ozil. He won't try and find killer balls or like try and play in behind or anything like that. He's just a guy to keep the that's why I thought when they got Eze, I thought, crap. They're finally going to replace Odegaard and use someone who has more to his game, and he can pass, he can shoot, he can run, he can beat a man. And then they bench him. So, but with Carrick, we're going away from Arsenal, he's got one of those ones where he's still in his like initial couple of games where no one's actually had a chance to sit there and work him out yet.
No.
Because, all right, you'll do great in your first 5-6 games. Then we'll see what it's like when everyone starts to analyze your system and how you use your players, and then everyone starts coming out with a counter to it. That's what really tests you. Like when you're the surprise, it's one thing. But when everyone knows what to expect, that's different. Because when everyone starts, because look at because no offense, when it comes to beating Arsenal, that's not that much of an achievement. Liverpool are absolute dog shit, and they beat Arsenal.
Exactly, yeah.
Dude, Liverpool are absolute dog shit. If anyone can tell me that is the Liverpool team of last season or a couple of seasons ago, they're rubbish. They're crap.
But we beat them. We beat them as well.
Did anyone really realistically expect that Liverpool were going to be this crap this season?
Yes.
I thought they were going to absolutely piss the league.
No,
much too soon. When they bought that geezer from Newcastle, Isaac. I thought they were going to walk it. Like they won it at a canter last season, and I just thought, well, they've gone out and bought.
What's happened to Salah? He's fucking gone missing, isn't he, Salah? Let's be honest.
Well, they went out and bought this Isaac fella, and I just thought, well,
well, he's going to have the same problem at Liverpool that Gyökeres has at Arsenal. You see, the thing is, with Isaac, he's part of a team that already has stars in it that realistically aren't really set up for a centre. Because when you look at, say, that Liverpool team in its heyday with Bobby Firmino, Mane, Salah, Van Dijk, when you actually look at it, Bobby Firmino was the one that did the donkey work for them, where Mane and Salah would go off and score and take the credit and take the plaudits. You really think Isaac's going to want to do the running for Salah and vice versa? Salah ain't going to want to pass to Isaac. He's going to want to shoot and score. That's why Salah looks so crap.
Well, I think Salah's going anyway, and I think he's leaving. Let's be honest.
Well, I would cash on him while they could, because one thing about you can see Salah's legs are going. He can't really. He's never. I know he's got like, but he's not a creative forward. If you know what I mean. He's not gonna like do what an Henry did and chip it over someone and set someone up out of nowhere. You know what I mean? He'll do a straight pass or something, but you know what I mean. Like if it's obvious, but he's not what I would consider a creative winger. He's a goal scoring winger. And I'm not being funny. That kind of thing will be detrimental to Isaac because you need someone to supply the ammunition. You need someone to feed the strength. And that's what Gyökeres doesn't get at Arsenal. Saka isn't looking to pass to him. Martinelli's not looking to pass to him. Trossard's not looking to pass to him. They want to score themselves. Same thing with Chelsea. Delap's going to struggle to get service. You know why? Esteval, Garnacho. These guys are all in. Pedro Neto. These guys are all inside forwards. They're not wingers. These guys aren't going to look to. Every single winger in the Premier League nowadays does the same fucking thing. They all cut inside and shoot. You look at all the best wingers in the league right now. That's their party trick. Salah, Saka, Neto, whoever, Trossard, whoever. They all do the same party trick. Cut inside and shoot.
The thing is that annoys me about it is not one of them wants to take on a man.
No.
As a winger, that's what your job is.
To the byline and cut and cross.
The defender. Take them on, cross the ball in the box. End of story.
Don't do it now. They don't.
But they won't. All they do is when they get the ball, they go out on the touchline, right? They check, stop, look back, and then pass it back into the midfield again. This is why I get so angry with it. like, do you know, back in the day, I used to see wing players who were playing out on the wing trying to beat a player.
Yeah,
Go
wingers.
past and get the ball into the box. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how is that helping the team construct an attack? It's just like recycle, shifting side to side, slow, and it's so slow and pedestrian.
Modern football's clapped, mate. It's clapped, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It's clapped. It's just rubbish, mate. And that's why I'm fed up with it, because, you know, that's why I don't watch it. My mate, he goes and watches the fella Mick I was telling you about. He goes and watches Worthing in the National League South, because he says to me, it's like reminds him of what football used to be like back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? All this nonsense started with the formation of the Premier League.
Corporate football.
Huh?
Corporate football. Yeah.
That's when it stopped being about the working man, about the guys we were talking about at the beginning of the stream that used to enjoy playing, and they had to work other jobs before they could play football. These guys were doctors, engineers, brickies, whatever else, and it was about the time they made for football. Now it's like every other bloody corporate, bloody crunch machine. Not about the soul, it's all about the numbers. Sad.
This guy that's on the screen at the minute, to me, it's got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer vibes to it.
That's what I just said. Carrick at the helm, Carrick at the wheel. So it's all going to be that again. You watch next game, they'll score us at home against someone crap like Fulham. They'll be, we've got our United back. We've got. Get out of it. Like, I hate that when people say that.
Carrick's at the wheel. Carrick's at
That's
the
what
wheel.
I mean. Hype. This is what we said about everything nowadays is a hype. And we can thank things like AFTV for that, because that's the other reason why, right? When it comes to Arsenal, they're kind of seen as not a joke, but it's kind of hilarious, because all the things that Warren was just saying about winning titles and trophies are the same things we were hearing of Arsenal fans like Lee Judges and Lee Gunners and all that on AFTV 5 or 6 years ago. And realistically, fuck all's changed. They're just wasting money.
Those people that you've just mentioned are a big problem.
Yes, I know. That's because that's exactly what I mean. They were for the people. Now they're commercialized and not quite. You know what I mean? I miss the old days when Robbie used to be like ducking and diving in his duffel coat, having interviews with people like in the early days when he wasn't paid. So it was actually for the fans then. When it was called Arsenal Fan TV, not AFTV, when it's called Arsenal Fan TV. After that, that's when it became like, what's the old, how does the old song go? Like a puppet on a string.
Yeah.
Put politely.
It's a
de
facto Arsenal YouTube channel, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest about it. It's not a fan channel anymore.
No.
Like, it's a media company. Right, and they don't even try.
Piss out the other guy, didn't he? That guy with disability tie, isn't it? He's got autism.
It's DR Sports.
Yeah, but he takes the piss out of that guy with a disability tie. You know, he's got autism and all that, right?
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, with Ty, though, he says outrageous things. That's the problem with him. Don't get me wrong, I like Ty. He's a passionate Arsenal fan, and I'll argue the hilt with anybody. But he says ridiculous things like it's raining, and like things like that. You know what I mean? Like that's the reason why we like him. But at the same time, we kind of he gets taken with a pinch of salt.
We used to wind Claude up. Do you remember all that with Claude? When he used to
that was the thing. They were kind of like a dynamic duo, because when you used to see them back in the day, it was both of them, and it was their arguments that used to keep you entertained. And that's the thing. We go back to that word soul. Claude was a proper Arsenal fan. He was one of the souls of the football. Like Lee Judges. I know a lot of people take or leave Judges how he is, but he's soul Arsenal, you know what I mean? Like in terms of he was there before the hype. He'll be there after it. And you know what I mean? As far as I know, he's still quite a humble dude. And obviously you've got people like Kenny Ken, which I'm sure Warren has spoken to. I've spoken to. I love Kenny Ken. Top nice guy. I've done many a stream with him, and he was the one that gave the nickname Wolfie. So you know what I mean? Like he actually came out with that nickname. He was the one that gave me that nickname. So yeah, Wolfie. That was actually from Wolfie. He went, bless him. But you know, what I mean, it's the soul of it. I'm afraid, lads. It's just not quite what it used to be.
Yeah. Poor old Claude, he always used to do that. It's time to go, and he was fucking right though, wasn't he? When he said all that, it's time to go. Yeah.
The thing is about Claude, I remember watching him on a stream once, and it was just after Arteta had been appointed, and he was kicking off about it. And he just sat there and he just said, "Listen, Arsenal Football Club isn't a place for learners." And this is what I'm talking about with all these managers that we've been looking at. These football clubs aren't places for learners.
No.
Like these people should be learning their trade. Well, to be fair to Carrick, he's gone to Middlesbrough and he's done it.
Yeah.
Probably. Ollie was in charge of Ipswich when he was in charge of somewhere else before he went to United, wasn't he? He got someone relegated to the Premier League.
But the next step for Carrick would be to go to a Fulham or a Bournemouth.
I'll figure it out 1 minute. I'll let you know.
Something like that. Do his stuff there. See how he gets on. Do you know what I mean? They'd don't just parachute yourself in to one of these clubs.
Oh, it was Cardiff.
Cardiff, yeah. Yeah, Carrick, yeah.
He went somewhere and fucked it up, and he went back to Norway, was successful there, and United pulled him out of there. He came to United, had one good season, and it just all collapsed. But United, being the club they are, they didn't allow it to continue on and on and on like Arsenal have. They just sacked him. And
ruthless enough to do it, weren't they? Yeah, and they're not doing it. But they think they got the right model, the right thing there with him, haven't they? With Arteta.
Yeah, but hang on. How's going 5 years without winning any major silverware a good model?
It's not. It fucking ain't. Nowhere near.
They're
making money out of it. That's why.
Yeah, the merchandise, exactly. That's what I was about to say. I think it's more about the idea behind it more than anything else.
I remember Claude saying it, Arsenal Football Club's not a place for learners. And he's right. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with all these clubs. They're not places for learners.
Arteta should have started a lower league team or something instead of Arsenal.
He should have gone to a League Two side. God help the side that he'd gone to, because there was a spell when he first came to Arsenal when he looked like he was going to get him relegated for the first time since fucking 1916 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because we've only ever been relegated once before. Don't let ever anyone tell you that Arsenal never been relegated, because they have. But it was when they were called Woolwich Arsenal.
Yeah.
That tells you how fucking long ago it was. Right? Yeah, it has happened. And they got promoted in shady circumstances back to the top flight. But it did happen. And it's not if he hadn't had that whole massive tsunami of marketing and PR behind him and the amount of money that he was given to spend, I think it would have happened. Do you know what I mean? Because he wasn't. You could see him on the touchline. He didn't have a clue what to do, and he was making ridiculous, stupid decisions.
Yeah.
But this guy, this Carrick fella, the thing he's got over Arteta, at least he's managed somewhere else before. But it's not.
He's done a good job as well where he's been before. Well, Middlesbrough anyway. So.
Yeah, but he's not. I don't think he's ready to take on the United job.
Well, it's a big club still, isn't it? A giant club still when you think about it. United.
So. Doing this carry on, Steve. Do you know what I mean? This thing about like bringing in these people that haven't got the experience. It wouldn't happen in any other industry. You wouldn't suddenly, if you were working for NatWest Bank or whoever, you wouldn't get like NatWest Bank going and getting a grade 2 clerk and putting them as like the head of the organisation, would you?
No.
Like some
No, you
17,
wouldn't.
18-year-old spotty kid who's just left school, suddenly like running the organisation.
Mm.
Because
Yeah,
like,
you wouldn't put them in charge, no. No, you
because
wouldn't.
like, they showed something about themselves. You just wouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
It would always be the most experienced guy you'd put in charge, wouldn't you? Let's be honest.
It just wouldn't happen any other line of business. You wouldn't like see any other line of business. Someone just fucking plumps from nowhere to run the organisation. It's just nuts. And it's not. These football clubs or franchises, whatever we want to call them, like they're multi-billion-pound businesses.
Yeah.
And to trust that to someone with zero experience, zero work experience, to me is tantamount to professional suicide.
Well, now you say that, Warren, we go to this guy. Keith Andrews.
I hate to be rude. But I've got to cut out, boys, because it's been a couple of hours, and I've got.
No worries, man. No worries,
brother.
Nice to see you, Wolfie.
Yeah, it's good to have a chat with you, Warren.
Take care of yourself.
But yeah, thank you for having me on quickly, and I'll try and see if I can jump on another time with you, Steve. But thank you for having me on.
No worries, bro.
Giving it a couple of hours.
Welcome, man.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for having me on.
Cheers,
Simon. You take care, bro.
Take care,
bro.
Later.
Cheers, mate. Yeah. Anyway, so we want to the last one here, Warren, and it's our manager, Keith Andrews. So, do you want to talk about him? I mean, I would do obviously I've got my opinion on him, being our manager, but do you want to talk about him first?
Okay,
what you think of him?
I'll give you my opinion about it. I don't think he's the right appointment for Brentford. I don't.
And I'll agree with that, by the way.
Forward. I think this is what you've seen with Brentford this season is wildly inconsistent performances. Right? Do you know what I mean? You're like slapping up Manchester United 3-1 at home, then you're losing 2-0 at home.
Yeah.
The most recent one against who was it?
The last game against Forest?
Yeah, against Forest. And this is what happens when you've got someone who's inexperienced.
Lost 2-0. Yeah.
Like it happens with players when they're young players coming into the team. Like they will be like when you get a young player coming into the team. The thing is, they will be wildly inconsistent because they're young and they're not experienced. And it's the same with managers, right? This guy, I don't understand why Brentford signed him. They had the opportunity, and I think this is one of the reasons that they lost some of these players. Like your Wissers and
Kramer and Visser and Norgard. Norgard went to you, like he hardly fucking plays.
This is the thing. And then they probably looked at it and they thought, is this club like serious about moving forward and challenging? Like I have to say, I probably agree with them. If I was a player, I would have looked at it dispassionately and said, well, no, because what's this guy? What's his track record? What has he done in the game? So they probably thought, I've got this offer from Newcastle. I've got this offer from Man United. I've got this offer from Arsenal. Let me go there. Do you know what I mean? I would have expected Bees to go and get someone with a proven track record to push them on up to the next level after Thomas Frank. But no, they decided to go for this guy, and I don't understand. Yeah, I understand he's a good set piece coach and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But he's not got any experience as a manager. It's a completely different role. It's like asking a carpenter to suddenly become an electrician.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? He's serving a good apprenticeship. He could have served a good apprenticeship. The thing that I would have done if I was Bees, I would have gone and got an experienced manager. Do you know?
Well, we weren't into Big Ange, weren't we?
Like Big Ange.
We weren't into him. Apparently, we were in talks with him or something at one stage.
Yeah, get a Big Ange in and make Keith Andrews his assistant, so he could learn from him. Do you know? But the problem with the Big Ange is he's a bit stubborn with the way he's approached.
That's right. And he was at Forest, didn't he?
Although that Europa League final, he did sort of backtrack on that a wee bit and change his style a little bit. You know, you've got Brendan Rodgers out there.
Yeah, I would like him.
Like, he would have been a good appointment for these.
In theory, we could still get rid of this guy and get Brendan Rodgers in, but I don't think we're going to do that somewhere. I think we're going to stick with him, this guy, for a while, unfortunately.
I just don't think he's the right appointment for Brentford at this moment in time. I think you missed a really good opportunity to move forward when Thomas left. Right, Thomas Frank, when he left, you had the opportunity to go and get someone, a proven manager, like, you know, someone like, I'm not saying this guy, but someone of similar ilk, say to an Unai Emery, come in, who's got proven track record, and push the club on. You know, get European qualification, stabilise the club, like around those sorts of positions, go and maybe win an FA Cup or a League Cup to build forward, like in a couple of years' time, qualify for the Champions League, stabilise themselves in that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like just slowly but surely progress the club forward. With this guy, that all that stuff may happen in like 4 or 5 years' time, but I just think it's not.
It's too soon now. Too soon.
If you'd made the right appointment, but I just don't think he's the right guy. I just think he's like the performance. What you're seeing from Bees this season and the wildly inconsistent performances.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's because of him and he's like lack of experience. Because, like I said to you, end of last season, Steve, I remember saying to you that if they're able to sign a decent goalkeeper.
Yeah, which they have. We have, I think.
Yeah. And I think there was another position I said about as well. Able to keep the manager, sign a decent like goalkeeper and a right back.
Yeah.
Push on and qualify for European football.
Well, I thought we were right back. Coyote, we got Hickey as well, don't forget.
Oh, left back.
That's that bad.
Who was that fucking clown that you had in one of the fullback positions?
Oh, Rawsleff. Rawsleff, yeah.
So there was two positions in the defence you needed to strengthen, the goalkeeper and one of the fullbacks. Keep the manager, because I don't think that Visser and Ibremo and Norgard would have left if Thomas Frank was still manager. I just don't think it would have happened. It may have done.
It's a domino effect, wasn't it, when he left, he went?
Yeah, because like he was the fucking like the spearhead of that club. He was like the godfather.
Yeah, but we all knew he wanted to go.
When someone leaves, usually what will happen is like 2 or 3 others will leave shortly after. And this is what's happened.
And unfortunately, it has, mate. And that is the problem. We all knew Thomas was going to go, though. We knew he was going to leave at some stage. And it happened to be a bit sooner than we thought.
Who you got at the weekend, Steve?
Well, who do you think? Fucking Villa, mate. We got fucking Villa. We're done, mate. We are done.
Where is it? At Villa Park or your
Villa
place?
Park, yeah. Yeah, we are fucking screwed, mate.
Yeah,
we are gone.
You'd be lucky to get anything out of that.
Because the next 3 games, right, we got you lot as well at the G-Tech. Arsenal, we got Arsenal at G-Tech as well. So Newcastle as well. Newcastle,
I fully expect you to win that game. Because that would be the sort of game that you would win. Because, like I said, these performances are just wildly inconsistent. That would be the sort of game you'd win. You beat Arsenal, lose to Villa, and then lose the next one.
Well, we've got Newcastle away as well. So,
do you know what I mean? So there you go.
And then we got Macclesfield in the FA Cup. We'll probably lose to them in the FA Cup. Go out of that.
Mate, fucking hell.
Well, they beat Palace, didn't they? They knocked them out. But, yeah, cheers, Luca. Thanks for that, mate. Great show. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, I don't know, man. When this happened, when I heard about this, when Thomas was going to go, I knew he was going to go anyway at some stage, Thomas. But when I heard this guy was coming in, I didn't think he was going to be right. I thought it was the wrong decision. But we promote from within. We've done it before. We think, oh yeah, it's going to work. It's going to work out. I wasn't so sure this time. I really wasn't. And then I thought, well, for a little while we were shit. We started off badly in the Premier. We were struggling a little bit. And then he sort of got it together. We were getting some good results, beating big teams, Liverpool, United, Newcastle, a lot of other sort of fairly big teams. We were getting good results. So I thought, well, yeah, looks like we're going to do something. And then when we got to fucking 5th, who'd have thought we'd be 5th in the Premier? I thought, look, here we go. Here we go.
Be 5th. I'm not being funny. I think going forward, last season, your attack was one of the best in the league. I mean, the stats prove it. The amount of goals that were scored.
Yeah, but it's Bramo and Visser, though, wouldn't it? It's Bramo and Visser. We ain't got them anymore. We ain't got them.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Look, you going forward, last season, you were one of the best attacks in the league.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is what I was saying to you. You just shore up that defence, and you've got to be a major problem for.
It is a problem, that defence, Warren. It is a problem, mate. And Collins has been shit lately, I think, as well. I don't rate him now at the moment. I really do not rate the guy. And the other one was Aya as well. We got him on a new deal. He signed a new deal, and he's already injured as well. So he's fucking out already. And now I've got Pinnock. We get Pinnock back in, maybe. Right left back is definitely Henry. He's our best left back.
See, this is another issue that I want to discuss for you. Why the fuck does he keep playing Hickey at left back?
Hickey at left back. Yeah, I've given up, mate, with that. I really have, man. I don't know why the fuck he plays in there, fella. I ain't got a clue. I keep going on about it. Why?
Left back, mate. And
it's not.
I used to play as a left back a lot of the time when I was playing, right? And I'm right-footed, and it is hard. But I never played the level that Hickey's playing at. But it's tricky because you have to sort of switch yourself around when someone's coming at you. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's not.
You're not that naturally left-footed, are you? If you're a right back, you're not naturally left-footed.
No. So it's hard. Do you know what I mean? So it is tricky. So, I do feel sorry for Aaron Hickey.
Some of his decisions baffle me, this guy, sometimes. It really does. I really don't know. But even under Frank.
About his, inexperience. Because if he was an experienced manager, he'd know that doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? And like, this is probably one of the reasons why the performances are so wildly inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because he'll try something, we might not even see it because we're not, we're not experts. That's why I put in that thing, non-expert.
Yeah.
Not expert.
No, not non-professionals.
Yeah, no, not expert, not host, co-host, or anything. I did that for a reason, right?
And somebody thought he was a fucking host though, didn't he?
Well,
won't go back to him
let's
again.
talk about him. But the thing is, we're not experts. We can't necessarily see. We don't know what the tactical plan is that he's putting in place. And like, the problem is, because he's not experienced, he doesn't know definitely what's going to work and what isn't, right? So he's just trying stuff to see what happens. Because I guarantee you there's no one at the club that he can go to and speak to and say, like, I'm thinking about doing this. I'm thinking about playing Aaron Hickey, a left back. What do you think? Do you think that's a good idea? You haven't got an older head like a Chris Wilder or whatever, because he was your manager for a while, wasn't
he? Who was?
Chris Wilder.
No, we didn't have Chris Wilder. No, we never had him.
Huh?
We never had Chris Wilder, no.
Okay. But like, you haven't got an older head, like, in the club who turn around and say to him, listen, Keith, don't do that. It's not going to work. And this is why. Right? So he's just having to try stuff and see what happens. And like, that's why the performance is so wildly inconsistent, because sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. And I just find it baffling that Brentford have done this. I mean, they could have avoided it all if they got in like an experienced manager who knew what they were doing. Like, imagine what they would have been like with, like, let's say, for argument's sake, Daniel Farke as your manager. The job he's done at Leeds is like unbelievable, but he's got a lot of experience, mate.
Yeah, he has.
Do you know? And like,
he's not that bad a manager, really, as well. So I mean, he's been sacked a few times, I know, but I think he's done a fairly good job at most teams. As you say, Norwich.
Do you know? I trust my mate's judgment on this, because I know he knows football. Mick knows football 100%, and I trust his judgment when he says that he's the best manager they've ever had. And I would back that guy. Anything to do with football, I'd back him. But this one, I don't know. I just think it's another one where it's too much too young.
Yeah.
He should have been like, they should have moved, if they wanted him to like get into management, they should have moved into assistant manager role, like alongside a lot more experienced one, so he could learn from them, and then moved him into the management, like maybe 4 or 5 years down the track.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally agree, 100%. But there we go. It's happened, and we've got to sort of deal with it now. And he's still there. And by the way, before we go, we're going to bounce in a minute. But when we mentioned Norwich and that, you were talking about Norwich. They've signed another one of our players now, Paris Magoma. They've signed him.
Oh, the lad that was at Rangers.
I think he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, because their manager now is an ex-Rangers manager.
Yeah.
Peanut Head. What's his name?
Peanut Head.
No, Peanut. Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because he's.
Oh, you're about what, Danny Roll? You're about Danny? No.
No. The guy that's managing Norwich.
Oh right. Oh, I'm trying to think who you're on about.
Oh God, is his name? He's
They've had a few managers now, haven't they, Norwich? Sure.
Yeah, well, their manager, he's doing. They beat Coventry last night.
Yeah.
In the championship, so that was a massive win for them.
Yeah, because they're down in the bottom three, aren't they? Relegation and that.
Well, they were, yeah, but I don't think they are now. I think they've got themselves out of it after that. What happened last night? You know, so.
But yeah, getting back to this, I don't know what to make of him, Warren. I don't know. We got to give him at least a season, I guess. But I'm not letting him off with half of it. As you know, I've been on a rant lately again on my streams about it all because it's not good enough. You know, against Forest as well. We should be beating them. We should be fucking beating Forest. I know it's Sean Dyche. I know it's difficult. When he's a good manager, he's a decent manager, Dyche. He always keeps teams up. We know that.
Well, he got a point off Arsenal the week before, didn't he?
Yeah. But really, you expect us to beat them at home, didn't you? You should beat them at home. You know, Forest. We're what, 5th? We're only 8th. We're still 8th because the other teams lost below us. If they had won, they'd be above us right now. We wouldn't still be 8th, you know. So that's how poor it's been. You know, we lost to Chelsea. Great performance against Chelsea, by the way. We actually done really well, but we didn't fucking score. When you don't score, that's it, isn't it? You are going to lose. And but you know, against Forest, that was shit. I didn't like it. Some people said it was not a bad performance. Still, I thought it was fucking useless. I was at the ground. I was there. I wasn't happy with it at all. A lot of players went missing again. Thiago went missing again, and he's got 16 goals this season, but he went fucking missing. You can't do that. You've got to turn up for every fucking game. You've got to do things.
Steve, what was the general consensus in the ground, do you think, from what you were hearing people say around?
Well, the problem is, right, you go on about, we're content. Some Arsenal fans are so deluded and content with Arteta and like what he's doing. Most of us are still content with this guy. And I'm not totally sold on him. I'm not. And a few others aren't as well. But the consensus is a lot of them like him and want to give him the time.
What would you say the majority were feeling would be? Do you reckon most of them are backing him, or do you think the majority are like questioning him?
Unfortunately, I think it's more the majority, Warren. I'm afraid
that are backing him.
Yeah, there's a few of us that are really sort of against it, and the problem is we got all giddy. A lot of them got giddy. We're 5th in the Premier. You know, we beat Everton well. We beat Sunderland well, and all that recently. We're going to do well. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep getting these good results. And I thought I was sort of thinking to myself, no, you can't think like that. You've got to keep grounded. You've got to say to yourself, no. We're still Brentford at the end of the day. We're still not the fucking big team everyone thinks we are now. We're not. Just because of these few good results or whatever, a good little run. Because when you start losing, start going back down again. You can have a good little run and you're up there. But once you start losing again, you go back down. So, you know, I knew this was going to happen somehow. I just knew. Like you said, because having an inexperienced manager, this is going to happen. You know, a rookie manager.
Like, it just becomes wildly inconsistent results because they're not experienced. So that it will happen. Like, the thing is whether he'll learn from his mistakes. Do you know what I mean? Whether he'll
I hope he does.
In a couple of years' time, or a year's time, or however long it is, if he faces the same situation again, will he look at it and make the same mistake as he did the previous time? That is the big question. Because if he doesn't, then you've got like the board or whoever makes the decision about the hiring, the firing, the manager, they're going to have a big question to ask themselves.
Well, I still want them to make some transfers, Warren. I want them to get a few more players in. They've already lost Damsgaard again. He's out injured now, and Aya as well. So we've got to get new players in. But we don't seem to want to do it now. Apparently, that's it. It's only going to be outgoing. So we're fucked.
Who's going to play? What are they going to do about Damsgaard? How long's he going to be out for?
A couple of games at least, I think.
Right, so it's not that long. It's not like he's out for half a season or something.
But it might miss Villa and Arsenal, so that ain't going to be good for us, is it? If he misses them.
But it's not a long-term injury. That's what I'm getting at.
No.
So they'll probably say to him, well, you need to make do for the period because they're not going to loan someone just for a couple of games.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're not. It's just because if Damsgaard comes back in 2 games and he's like back up to speed again, then what are they going to do with the fella they brought in?
Do
you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't think we're going to get anyone in now, Warren. They're saying we're not. That's it. We got a new striker in. We didn't even put him in the other day. He could have played in one of them games. We didn't play him. I know he's only young. What was it?
That cup game against oh god, the Northern club that knocked Palace out.
Macclesfield.
Yeah, maybe they're playing against them.
Well, they might. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, he's only like 18 or something, but you got to give him a go. You bought him.
Yeah,
fucking play him.
He looks a handful, Steve.
Yeah.
So he's obviously got something about him.
He's a big bloke. He's a big guy, He's 6'3". So come on, give him a go. Let's see, because the others aren't performing now. Thiago's not doing a lot. I'm not sure about Shard. Shard was fairly good, but he didn't really do a lot. He didn't like he was going to score.
What about that fellow that you signed from Bournemouth?
Ouattara, yeah, he was actually quite lively when he came on. He looked pretty good, but he didn't do enough.
Right, AFCON, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just come back from there, yeah.
What country does he play for?
Burkina Faso.
Right, okay. I didn't see any of those games because I watched quite a lot of the AFCON. I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Did they get? I think it was the quarters. Did they get?
The only thing I didn't like, there was a few of the games where there was obviously a lot of bribery and corruption going on.
Yeah, that final, wasn't it? That was a bit dodgy, wasn't it? That thing in the final. So they walked off or something, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Because it was clearly it was definitely. There was something dodgy going on in that final, definitely. But anyway, back to this fella, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah. The man wears a wig. It's a good wig, but he wears a wig. No, he's a bit like Arteta then, isn't he? Because he wears a wig as well, I think. But no, I mean, no, I think he's gonna. I'm not sure what he's going to do, Warren. He'll keep us up, no doubt. We ain't going to struggle. We ain't going to be relegation fodder. We're not. But where will it be? Will it be top 10? I'm not so sure now. I'm not so sure it will be. Probably mid-table, if that. I don't know.
But do you think he's capable to bring players into the squad? Is he capable of attracting players that are going to take you to the next level, Steve?
We're never going to get the big players, Warren. We're never going to get the big
I mean, Steve, in order for you to go to the next level, you're going to either have to get players in of a higher quality, right? Or you're going to have to produce them yourselves. Now, do you know
that's what we do, isn't it? That's more like what we do. We bring these players on. We buy the little gems from elsewhere and develop them. That's the problem. That's what we do.
Academy, what's going on there? Where's like, B's like got a strict, a production line of young players coming in from the youth team.
Half of them we got out on loan.
I'm really, really strong on this. I think it could save clubs tens of millions of pounds in transfer fees, rather than going out into the market trying to find players. Bring them in from the youth team. They'll be hungry and they'll have a strong affinity to the club because they're more likely than not fans of the club if they come through the youth academy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think the youth academy is the way to go. I really do. If I was managing a football club, it'd be one of the first things I'd do would be go in there and have a meeting with the youth development team and say, right, what we doing about developing young players?
I'll tell you what, though, buddy, we have got a good lot of youngsters. We got a few good ones there, but I don't know why most of them are going out on loan, and we got I don't know why he's not giving Benjamin Arthur. He looks quite good. Why can't he play him? He's I think he's about 18, 19 or something, but he looks really good as well. So I don't know why. I don't know why he's not giving them a chance. I thought he should. I mean, a lot of these players we have got out on loan. We got Brearley, whatever his name is. He's out on loan. Obviously, McGoma now, he's going out on loan, I think, or whether he's going permanently, I don't know. Konak's out on loan. Who else is out? Ola Kigby, he's out on loan. So many we got these younger players are all out on loan. So
that Norwich manager, by the way, his name's Clement.
Clement. Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, was he the one at Southampton for a while or something?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh,
but
right,
yeah. So he would have known about that player that was at Rangers, the left back. But I thought they tied him down to a deal, I think. So I don't know.
This might be the other one because we got a Makehomer and we got Maghomer, so it might be
okay.
Different one. Right. So, but yeah, with this though, Warren, I'm still not sure, mate. We're definitely going to be safe. We're going to be safe in the Premier. I know that for sure.
Despite what some people would think.
Sorry, mate?
Despite what some would say.
Yeah, some of the so-called professionals, so-called
experts,
think they know, but you know, we're not going to do as well as we all thought, or I thought we might at one stage. It's not going to be that great.
I think that's about the appointment of the manager, because I honestly, Steve, I think if you got the appointment of the manager right, I think it would have kicked on. Because I don't think these players would have left. I honestly don't. The ones that left, the two strikers and the midfielder, they would not have left. I don't believe they would have done. I think they left.
Think Bramo did want to go. I think Bramo wanted to go because he wanted to go to United.
Why would you go to a club that had finished at 17th or 18th? Yeah, I know Man United's got a big history, but so fucking Altrincham and Burnley, Bolton Wanderers. But you know, he wouldn't have gone there, would he? Do you know what I mean? So I didn't get that. I just thought it was a bit weird. He's obviously just gone there for the money.
I think that Visser as well. Let's talk about him, that fucking cunt. But you know, going to Newcastle, to be honest. And
well, the thing is, I think if you got the right managerial appointment, I think you could have challenged him, because I think, you know, might come in a couple of years where you've got Eddie Howe managing you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him. I think he's decent, good manager. I really do. I mean, he could be England manager as well.
He is a good manager.
You know, England manager he could be, so no doubt. But I don't think it's going to happen, buddy. You know, I've got a feeling we're going to stick with this guy for a while and see what happens, I suppose. But I'm just not so sure. I don't want to settle for this. I think we should be doing better than this. I really do. I really do. I want Europe at least. You know, I think we could get Europe, a conference or wherever. You know. for sure. But I'm not sure it's going to happen this season now. I'm really not sure.
Well, not with like the club behaving like that with this manager.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's just, for me, it's like all these other ones that we've spoken about today. It's a massive gamble, and there's no guarantee that it's going to work.
So out of all these, would you say, I would have said probably Carrick's looking the better at the moment, would you say? Would you agree with that? Or would you, out of all of these, I think it's had the better sort of run of other better job. Well, I suppose you could say, well, we won't want to say Arteta, but you know, really that's done okay elsewhere.
Over Arteta. Because the reason I would take any of them over Arteta is because Arteta just doesn't think he's got anything to learn. And like he's had that attitude almost since the day he walked into the club.
Yeah. But I mean, I know there's others I didn't mention, as we did sort of mention Glasner. I guess you could say, would you say he's a rookie though, manager? I'm not so sure.
No, not really, because he's been at other clubs before. For me, a rookie is someone who hasn't got any experience.
Well, it's definitely Andrews. Andrews is one. I still say.
I think the most likely one to be successful, but it depends what you mean by success, because I don't see any of them winning any trophies.
No.
Is the Brighton manager.
Hertzler, yeah.
The rest of them, no. I don't see Brentford winning a trophy. All right. Sorry, mate, but I just don't.
Well, I don't either at the moment, that's for sure.
I don't see Chelsea winning the trophy with that manager. Hopefully they'll knock Arsenal out in the League Cup.
Yeah. Could do,
because I don't think that tie's over. I think Chelsea are more than capable of going there and beating Arsenal in that second leg.
Well, it's 3-2, isn't it? Is it 3-2? Yeah.
All they need to do is win 1-0 and it'll go to penalties. And I could see them knocking Arsenal out in penalties. Or winning 2 goals.
Yeah. I think that's possible and all, but do you think Newcastle will come back in the other one? I don't know about that. Are they 2-0 down, I think, aren't they? Against
Who are they playing?
Against City.
No, that's not happening.
At the Etihad.
Oh, no, I just don't. I know that City are in bad form at the moment, but I just don't see that happening.
No. So possibly Chelsea could come back against you, beat you lot, and be against City in the final, probably. You would say.
100%.
I mean, you see, you could win a trophy on all fronts. Actually, Arsenal, when you look at it, the Champions League, you've got the Carabao Cup.
They're not going to win the Champions League. They're not going to win the Carabao Cup because even if they get past Chelsea, they're going to have to play City in the final. They're not beating Manchester City. I mean, let's be realistic, right? So that just leaves the Premier League and the FA Cup. They're not winning the Premier League. It's not. It's not going to happen, right? So that just leaves the FA Cup. So FA Cup's anybody's guess what could happen there.
I don't think we're going to win it.
He will throw the FA Cup because it'll mean there's less fixtures. And in his deluded brain, he'll think that the less fixtures they've got to play, the more chance they've got of winning the Premier League.
But you can't disrespect the FA Cup like that.
Well, he will,
it's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, I know it's wrong, and I 100% agree with you, but he will. That's what he's like, mate. He's got no respect for fucking anything or anyone.
Yeah, he's an arrogant little prick, basically, isn't he? Let's be honest. So, he was Pep's bitch at City, wasn't he? Let's be honest. So, but, well, he was. So, But yeah, mate, it's been a good stream. It's gone over like 2 hours something now, 2 hours 54. I didn't want it to go on this long, to be honest, but it's been good. It's good I had Simon on earlier as well, Wolfie. Thanks to him again. Everyone go and follow his channel. Wolfgang, is it Wolfgang Division? Sorry, Wolfgang Division. So
I don't know what it is.
Channel.
But it's a great channel,
So,
and that episode with that woman when she come on in the live chat, that was hilarious. Like
I don't know. I probably didn't see that one. Chelsea, I don't think I see that.
Flirting with him, Jesus Christ! It was mental. Honestly, it was nuts. I was pissing. And fair play to Wolfie because he handled it fucking brilliantly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He really did. It was fucking wild the way he handled that.
No, he's got good opinions, knowledge about it also as well. I mean, he knows a Chelsea fan, so yeah, but no, so he's good, mate, and it's great having you on again, buddy, as well as always. So,
thanks for having me on, Steve.
Yeah, no worries, my friend. And do you want to shout out your socials? What have you got anything coming up?
Like, no, really. Except just the only thing I'm going to say is I've got the next episode of the what do you call it? Putting football back on track thing.
Oh right, yeah, it's good. That's
I don't know what it's going to be about the next one, all right? But hopefully it'll be soon.
And you're not doing your Saturday one much now?
No, I'm not doing that again. I'm just.
Sorry.
There is a reason for it, Steve, and I'll talk to you about it all the time. But yeah, I'm just not interested in doing it.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. It's I understand, but yeah, I like that one. It was good on a Saturday. But,
yeah, well, it was good for a while, but I got bored with it in the end, and with that show, you need to be really fucking fired up and hyper.
Yeah.
Like in the end, I wasn't. I found it an ordeal doing it. I didn't enjoy it. It's like doing a job, and that's not the way it should be.
That's true, isn't it? You got to enjoy what you're doing, otherwise, you can't do it. So exactly, bro. And but yeah, it's anyway. You do some good stuff, man, and your channel's good. It's brilliant and great streams and everything you do on there, like the supernatural stuff,
yeah, I need to do some more stuff on that as well because I haven't done anything for ages, and I need to because there's a lot going on in that field. So
conspiracies and stuff as well, isn't it? You do as well.
Sorry.
Conspiracy things as well, you do, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that field at the moment, so I need to do some stuff about it because it's like heating up. But I'm not an expert in that field, Steve, and thanks for having me on because
no worries, it's fine, man. You're always welcome, you know that. So follow me on Insta, by the way, guys, at Mr. B for Life 182. Subscribe to Mr. B High Football Chat and smash those likes and keep subbing. I lost a sub. Well, I think I lost 2 the other day, but down to about 205. But I'm not that bothered. If people don't like it, what can I do? So if they want to unsub, but I keep putting the content out because I like doing these shows. So I want to keep doing the stream. So, I don't know. I got a feeling. I think I know who they were anyway that unsubbed. So I've got a feeling I know. So
a certain individual that talks nonsense, was it, Steve?
Yeah, I think one of them was. Yeah, and I think the other one that wants to follow him and believe him and whatever. I think he was the other. So
what was that? Sorry.
I think the other one is the one that wants to follow him and kiss his arse or whatever, whatever basically, and think he's brilliant, and but
let them get on with it, Steve, because they're not affecting you or me. Just
no,
they,
true, mate.
they're a waste of space. Those two.
Yeah, definitely, mate. But I don't care. I don't mind if they fucked off. Who gives a shit about them, to be honest? So I've got better ones than them subbing to me. So like yourself, of course. So, but yeah. Anyway, Warren, it's been brilliant, and thanks to everyone that has been watching live on playback and in the live chat. We've had a few in there. So obviously Steph and Harry, Kev. Who else did we have?
Peppermint Freedom.
Peppermint Freedom, yeah, I did noticed him in there as well.
Copite Reds.
Yeah, it's Jordan, yeah.
Stephanie Griffith.
Yeah, United fan. She's good. Yeah, Luca, yeah.
Honeygun.
Honeygun, yeah, Harry, yeah. Yeah, it's been all right. We've had a few in, so that's good. And as I say, once again, thanks to Wolfie as well earlier for coming in as well. And hopefully the next one, I don't know what doing a preview for Aston Villa. I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. Because we're probably going to lose that one as well now. So,
God.
It's
a bit of a roller coaster, isn't it? But this is what happens when you have rookie managers. It is a roller coaster, mate. And so all I could say to you, Steve, is buckle up, man, and get used to it, because I think you're going to see more of it.
Yeah, fucking hell, mate. I think it will be. But I don't know what happened. Do you know what happened in the cricket? I ain't been following that. I don't know, because England won.
Let me just have a look.
Well, he should have won, because we've got about 350 odd runs. Should have won it.
England complete impressive series win over Sri Lanka. They were all out. Sorry, they got 357 for 3.
Oh, that was England. England got that, yeah. But they got Sri Lanka all out, or
yeah, they got Sri Lanka all out for 304. So they won by 53 runs.
Well, they'd actually done all right, though, didn't they? Got over 300 in the end. I didn't think they'd even get that, Sri Lanka. So, not that far away, were they?
The thing is, Steve, I just think that England need not to get too giddy. All those issues that we spoke about, all the drinking and poor discipline, they're still there. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest to find out that some of them players were pissed when they played in that Ashes, some of them Ashes matches. Do you know what I mean? That Brooke probably went out to bat, and he probably had a fucking few when he went out. I'm serious, mate.
I know. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I would not surprise me in the slightest if he hadn't had a few when he went out to bat, or some of the others. I mean, do you hear what Tough has said about when they were on tour in Australia? Some of the things that went on, and the drinking and all the rest of it, and like Aggers was talking about, and Bumble was going on about how they would have a drink that was half milk and half fucking.
Don't surprise me, though.
Fucking, I remember, it was Tuffers that said this. They'd bring out the bottles for the drinks, and it'd fucking have half a gin or something in it.
Oh God, that wouldn't surprise me.
And I remember, not Atherton. Michael Vaughan was sitting there in the when they were talking about it, he was going, "Get out of here." When he was saying it, was going, "No, it's true. It happened." They were bringing drinks out, and there was alcohol in the fucking drinks that they were being given. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's the same issues time and time and time again, Steve. And it needs to be. It's not just the players that need reprimanding. It's like the coach's boss, and the two Richards as well. Like they all need to fucking go.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. 100%, buddy. 100%.
And I want to know what's going on about it. Why aren't we hearing anything?
Supposed to be that inquiry, wouldn't there? There was the inquiry over it all, wouldn't there?
It's going to get fucking brushed under the carpet, mate.
The inquest, yeah.
Nothing will happen. They'll just get all brushed under the carpet and forgotten about until the next time there's a tour against the top country again. And then it will all happen again. Yeah. And it all fucking come out again, drinking and fucking ill discipline. But at the end of the day, Steve, are these players actually good enough?
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, we can beat teams like this.
They're not, because it keeps happening. They couldn't beat India at home. They got slapped by Australia.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Peterson said it, and I agree with him. They're just not good enough.
No.
I
agree as well. But
they got Bethel, the young lad there. I mean,
done well today.
Mate, a good one for the future, maybe. But do you know what I mean? It's like when they come up against top quality, they're found wanting.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
I said to fucking Peterson, I said, listen, mate. I said, you could play in this team now and do better than any of them.
Yeah.
He could. I mean, let's not.
He could, yeah.
He would outperform all of these fucking clowns they got in that top order of the batting. They would get outperformed by him.
Of course they would, yeah.
I mean, did you see that footage of him when he was standing? Oh yeah, he had an oversized legal bat and all the rest of it. But he was slapping that guy out of the fucking ground.
I know, yeah. Brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? And how old is he? He must be late 40s by now, surely.
Yeah. I think he's early 40s. I don't know. Can't remember now.
He could still play now, Steve.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If he's only early 40s, he could still pull the pads on and get out and play, and he'd do better than these fucking idiots that are playing now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They keep getting out for fucking 10s and 12s and stuff like that. No. Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. They're supposed to be going over there, best chance of winning the series in Australia for fucking 20 odd years or something. They were shit. Do you know what I mean? The Aussies were laughing at how poor they were.
I know.
And they didn't even play the top. The Aussies didn't even play their first pick bowling attack.
No, I know. Best chance we ever had, and we fucked it up.
All to me, they lost basically to Australia's reserves badly. I mean, that is fucking
I never underestimated them, Warren. I never did. Australia. I still think they're a good team, despite not having all the better players. Whatever. They still had some great. Smith is quality. Labuschagne, Stark.
Lyon.
Who else?
Lyon.
Stur's great. I mean, even like Bowden, he's too good bowler, and so was Nisa. Done all right.
Didn't even play. Like what's his name? The captain.
Cummins. He played one game. Cummins.
Yeah, played one game out of 5.
And he was half fit, right? And he still done it. Still done us. Still bowled us out and whatever.
You had Cummins, like Hazelwood.
Hazelwood, yeah.
Lion.
That's
3 before we got started. Between them, they played one game between the 3 of them.
And they still beat us.
Good job it wasn't, because it would have been 5.
It would have been, yeah, definitely.
And, all right, there would have been a few innings defeats as well, Steve. It's shit, mate. Like it needs fucking massive overhaul because it is really bad.
Well, it still seems like jobs for the boys, doesn't it? When you look at it,
like relying on a young kid to bail him out.
He's a good player. He looks good. I think he will be a great player. Definitely.
We shouldn't be relying on a young kid. Like he should be coming in and supplementing what's there.
And how long can you rely on Root? How long is he going to be around for? You got to rely on him to get us, all these big, innings. Because it was him again, wasn't it? That's stabilised our innings, Root. And he got 111. I think. Well, Brooke actually got some runs. He got 120 odd, not out or something. So no, it was 130 odd. I think he got out, not out. So, but yeah, I don't know, mate. It still looks shit. So I don't know with us. We got T20s now against them, Sri Lanka. So
fucking cricket with baseball with cricket bats. I'm sorry, Steve. That just interests me because I just think it's a fucking shambles. I don't think we should even be playing it.
It's more exciting than T20s.
That's not cricket. Do you know what I mean? ODIs and test matches, and that's it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the rest of it is just fucking. They're trying to appeal to a fucking fan base that have got attention spans of fucking goldfish. You know what I mean? It's a joke.
Exactly, yeah.
Like people complain, it takes too long, and well, that's the game, and it's always been the game, and it's a great game. If you don't like it, fuck off.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
True. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, but when you listen to the likes of Russell Crowe talking about cricket, explaining it to Joe Rogan, like the passion that man was talking about, Test cricket. Do you know what I mean? This is what it's all about.
No, exactly.
It is one of the world's great sports.
Definitely. 100% there, buddy, yeah.
But you've got these fucking modern fans, like, everything has to be quick and rapid. No. In this attention spans of fucking worse than fucking goldfish.
well, let's be honest, we play too much cricket nowadays. We play too much. Too much cricket now. But,
I think it's taken away from the test match.
Exactly, it is. I reckon that's going to be extinct.
Test match cricket or ODI cricket. I wouldn't fucking do with it. And now you got this fucking 100 as well. And I just think, bollocks to that.
They reckon the test cricket will be redundant. They say it's going to be redundant in the next few years, test cricket. Do you know that? What they're saying?
Well, it wouldn't surprise me, and I think that'd be really sad.
So do I. I love test cricket. I love it. That's why it's called test. It's a test.
One of the things I've tried to sell it to people and say, listen, you can sit there and watch it, right? You can go away, do something, come back to it, and just pick it up from where you left off.
Yeah.
You can sit there and relax, chill out, have a drink, have a break for tea. Do you know what I mean? Then they have a break for lunch, come back in the afternoon, and they have another break for afternoon tea, and Do you know what I mean? It's very civilized
A
sport.
lot of people say it's boring, but I think I always thought it's interesting.
I'm sorry, but that Ashley series was not boring.
No, it wasn't the best one though, but we've had better than that one. It's been better than 2005 and whatever. It's been better.
Yeah,
than
I
that.
know, and this is what I'm talking about, mate. I don't think it is boring in the slightest. It's just that these people will say that they've got attention spans of fucking
fish. Yeah,
they've got the goldfish got better attention spans than mine. You sit there and ask them what things they find exciting. I can guarantee you it'd be something that lasts about 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I just think, well,
that's the TikTok generation, isn't it? What do you expect? TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah. Just not everything needs to be fucking rapid and fucking over and done with in a couple of minutes.
No, mate. It's they'll never understand it, will they? Like us. They say we're old fuddy-duddies and all that because we like it all or not. But no, I mean...
Fuck them. I don't give a shit what they think because they're talking out their arse, mate.
Definitely. I agree, Warren. Anyway, buddy, we've got to get ourselves out of here. It's 3 hours 16 on this stream. It's been a while since I've done one this long. Always seems to happen when you come on, mate. But anyway,
sorry, mate. It's my fault because I just don't shut up. I'm sorry.
No. It's not you, mate. You're fine. Don't worry. It's good. But you got to have somebody. You got to have some talking because it's a debate show. So we've had you and Wolfie. You both had a lot to say, which is good. I'm glad had some conversation about it all. So
we just need to rein it in a bit, I guess. I think maybe we need to take a leaf out of Question Time. That show about politics and they only talk for a couple of minutes.
I mean, was it David Dimbleby and that used to
do it, a panel of about 6-7 people, and each person just gets a couple of minutes.
Fiona Bruce, she does it now. I still watch it occasionally, but when they used to have a lot of celebrities on there, didn't they? Used to have wasn't John Lydon on it at one stage? I think
he came on once. It was brilliant. It was fucking brilliant. He was going on about drugs and whatnot, and he was going, right, okay, so we're banning certain drugs because they can kill people. Fair enough. He said, we're going to ban table salt because that can kill someone. So we're now saying that that's going to be banned.
Yeah.
And then, I remember they had Farage was on, he generally appears on there all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And they had that geezer, what was his name? Oh, the guy with the long dark hair looks like Jesus Christ. What was his name?
Oh, Russell Brand.
Yeah, Russell Brand was on with him, and
he's another prick, isn't he? He's another twat, isn't he? Russell Brand. Can't stand him, that Russell Brand.
No, it just makes me laugh because he hates Farage. So the two of them were at each other's throat like cat and dog.
Oh God! I'm trying to think.
Russell Brand did make him look like a fucking complete Nazi. So which he is.
Oh, definitely. Anyway, buddy, I'm going to go, man. I want to get something to eat now. I'm fucking Hank Marvin now, and try and watch.
Going at it for nearly 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to try and watch the highlights of that cricket. I want to see it, and when they got them out and that, because I didn't see it in the end. I've been doing this, so so I ain't been watching it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Next one will probably be the preview for the Villa game, or there might be some others. If there's anything else that comes up, anything interesting, I might do it. So But anyway, guys, for the time being, we're out of here. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching, and cheers, everyone. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Take care.